following is a special presentation of Digital Horizons, the leader in sports highlights entertainment.
In Machismo, Pennsylvania, the 6th annual Super Indy tournament, the most watched live event on the IWC calendar year. Joe Dabrowski ringside, along with Jay Worthington Farnsworth. Tonight, every title on the line. High stakes. Someone will be an internationally renowned star overnight thanks to Super Indy 6.
And let's be honest, this first match has two of the guys that have a great shot of walking out with that gold tonight. That's my pick for the title right now.
It is a quarterfinal round match in the Super Indy 6 tournament, scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing to you first, weighing at 175 pounds, Hentai.
It's one of those diverse, wide-open fields in IWC tournament history. 8 of the best are here, and entering the ring right now is one man who has more motivation than perhaps anybody. A man who won the first tournament in 2002. A man who held that belt for nearly a year and took it to Japan with him. That is Hentai. Can he be the first man to two-peat here tonight?
I want you to take a look. Look at those eyes, Joe. Anger plus ability. Hentai has a great shot at walking out with this title.
His opposition may be considered a dark horse. May not be a man you consider having the Super Indy style, but he's as tough as anybody in this building.
And introducing his opponent, making his IWC debut from Louisville, weighing at 145 pounds, Runt.
I will say a smart move by Runt right off the bat. You saw Hentai come out tense, you saw him angry. Runt slowing things down. Waiting outside the ring, making sure that Hentai wrestles his style match.
Brother Runt, of course, formerly known in a past life as Little Spike Dudley.
That was Little Spike Dudley?
Yes. Now currently 1/3 of Team 3D in TNA Thursday nights on Spike, but now he wants to carve a reputation for himself. He wants to carve the next chapter of his career, and it could be the Super Indy Championship here tonight. But notice Hentai has not taken his eyes off of Brother Runt once yet.
Hentai, probably better than anyone else in this tournament, understands what it takes to get through this tournament. Winning a match is one thing. Winning a match against someone of the caliber of Runt is another thing. But even if he beats Runt, he still has 2 other matches to get through.
I believe the field was Orion, Colt Cabana, and Christopher Daniels that Hentai went through in 2002 at our first Super Indy, back when he was Super Hentai. And really, ever since Hentai made such a good showing for that belt in its first year, it's grown by leaps and bounds ever since. Bobby Williams counts for the belt. We're underway. Quarterfinal round matchup of Super Indy 6. J-Rocc, this is my 5th Super Indy tournament. I'm proud to be a part of this, and it keeps getting bigger and better every year. And our frequent visitors to IWCWrestling.com will have noticed my Super Indy Spotlight segment. I spoke to Brother Runt, among others, and Runt made a very good point. He's hung with men like Bam Bam Bigelow and Abyss. He's been thrown around by the biggest and the best in the world. He's hung as WWE Cruiserweight Champion with men like Rey Mysterio and Paul London. Brother Runt has done many different styles. He's been hit hard by a lot of different oppositions, and Hentai, no different, also one of the best cruiserweights in the world, but Runt seems a little bit distracted so far.
Well...
And it looks like he'd like to say something. He's requesting the microphone from the dapper Chuck Roberts.
Hello, Pittsburgh, PA, or where the hell we are. You know what the bottom line is here? I've been coming to this Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area since, I don't know, 97? I don't know. I came here in ECW way back when ECW was the real ECW. And you know what the bottom line is I've been to a million crowds. I've been to Pittsburgh, to Philadelphia. I've been all over the world. I've never seen a more pathetic audience than Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Brother who? My name is Brother Runt, and you know my name because I am a TNA superstar. And this guy is a piece of crap.
Interesting comments from Brother Runt.
And you know, it's a rarity you're going to see this crowd cheering hentai anymore, but apparently Brother Runt gave him a reason to.
I think effectively the crowd now doesn't take a liking to either man, and it's hentai with a series of arm drags, and hentai very determined to make it through this tournament. Keep in mind, hentai wants to have the ego, wants to have the power in his control over Troy Lords. Troy Lords defeated hentai last year, went on to win the Super Indy title. That's something hentai said he would never be ready to do. Troy Lords, you would never be able to be on hentai's level, and hentai was proven wrong, and tonight he wants Troy Lords to humble himself and surrender that Super Indy title back to hentai so hentai has that dominance.
Absolutely.
And Brother Runt, certainly a little discombobulated so far. I don't know how to describe this behavior here.
Well, apparently, it's what we call a mind game, Chuck. He really hasn't gotten the chance to see hentai in action. He really hasn't gotten the chance to test hentai out. He got to see what hentai can do there, so now he's trying to get in his head, trying to figure out just what the best way to attack is.
I'm going to take that as a compliment, calling me Chuck a moment ago. Be that as it may.
Who did I call Chuck?
Me. Well, I'm the only one here. What are you talking about?
Don't flatter yourself there, Dombrowski. I was coughing. Chuck.
Brother Runt has been completely thrown off his game so far, and a very methodical beginning to our largest show of the evening. And Brother Runt does not seem to be pleased at what's going on, and I don't think Hentai's amused either. You can see Hentai's shoulders starting to heave a little bit. I think he's getting a little impatient.
Well, you saw the determination, you saw the anger, you saw the aggression in his eyes. Now all of a sudden there's frustration there too. That could work to his advantage.
Well, Hentai is on a mission here tonight. He just wants to get this over with, get to the finals. And I don't think Brother Runt is in any type of mindset right now to want to deal with hentai right now. He's more concerned with these ringside fans.
And if he's not careful, he's going to get counted out.
Well, hentai wants to wrestle here, and it doesn't happen very often, but I'm feeling a little sympathetic for hentai here, based on the fact we have a tournament to get underway, and Brother Runt apparently with some vendetta against, no pun intended, vendetta against these Pittsburgh fans. Maybe he's got some kind of suppressed memory here from the old ECW, but Brother Runt is not really interested in competing right now.
5 minutes gone by, 15 minutes remain.
First round matches have a 20-minute time limit, keep that in mind. And hentai powers Runt back, and Runt back on the outside, and look out.
And Runt may have just signed his own death warrant on that one. He just gave hentai a chair.
We knew Runt was a little nutty. We knew he was a little out there, but this brings a whole new meaning to this term. His initials did used to be LSD, right?
Yeah. If that is, in fact, little spiked up.
Well, I don't think we're denying that.
Well, I haven't gotten to investigate this claim of yours.
You want to take his prints after the show?
No, not really.
Another collar and elbow. Hentai backed into the corner. Bobby Williams looking for a break. Runt quickly mounts up the second turnbuckle and gets thrusted off quickly. And Hentai giving chase again, and Runt just barely escapes. And Hentai is irate at this point. And Bobby Williams has his work cut out for him, trying to calm Hentai down. Farnsworth, this could get ugly as Hentai continues to stew and pace in the ring.
And let's not mince words. Hentai has a vicious streak a mile long. Hentai has no problem in hurting, and I mean seriously hurting, Brother Runt or Little Spike Dudley, as you so allege.
Formerly known as. Can't get any legal hot water.
Sure, he is. But really, he is digging his own grave on this one, if you ask me. You piss Hentai off, he's going to dump you on the back of your head.
Runt just got dropped. Hentai with Brother Runt now in a front face lock. Nowhere for Brother Runt to go at this point. And now we have a wrestling match. Hard clothesline, Hentai with a takedown. Brother Runt is, I believe, the lightest man in this matchup at 145 pounds. Goes a shade over 5'5", 5'6", 2 and a kick out. And we've talked about many times in the past how Hentai is perhaps one of the most powerful cruiserweights we've seen in quite some time, if ever. If there's ever a guy Hentai's going to be able to potentially throw around, it's going to be someone the size of Brother Runt.
Joe, you got the facts and figures. What do we weigh Hentai at?
About 170, 175.
And that is pure muscle. There is no wasted weight in there. It is all muscle. It is all ability.
But little to no body fat on the frame of Hentai. Works out religiously at the gym as Brother Runt raking the boots over the eyes of Hentai. And there really hasn't been a time since we've seen Hentai turn over this darker leaf of his that somebody has matched Hentai at an aggressive, dare I say, dirtier style. But Brother Runt is bringing the fight, channeling more towards his ECW days than he is his run as WWE Cruiserweight Champion. As Runt puts on the brakes, gets out of the ring. And Runt is trying to seek some refuge. And Hentai has had enough. Hentai giving chase to Runt on the outside and just going to unload back here in the third row by this position. And Hentai just going to drag Runt back to the ring. And Runt can barely stand right now. Runt has been dinged by something. I'm not sure exactly what. But Runt is out on his feet at this point.
And he is getting tossed into chairs, into fans, into the floor, into feet.
Runt just landing on fans here. I don't think Runt realizes if he's in Pittsburgh, PA, or the new Alhambra, where he is.
Or Moscow, Russia, for all he knows.
And Hentai, well, if Runt wants to hang out on the outside, Hentai can do that.
10 minutes gone by, 10 minutes remain.
We've gone through half our time limit.
And referee Stinky Whizzleteats there, not counting either of them.
Cover, 2, and near fall. Look, just keep in mind the prestige here, Farnsworth. I don't think anybody in this building wants a count out, wants a disqualification ending. They want to see clear winners and losers in Super Indy 6. And that hard uppercut just staggered Brother Runt into the ropes, duck to the clothesline. Runt fighting on instinct here, buries the head into the midsection. Going for the acid drop here. Can he get up? Hentai lands on his feet, but Runt with an O'Connor roll. Hentai able to stay off the ground, keep his shoulders off the mat, and Hentai turns things around. He's got a cover, and Hentai ends his match.
Your winner, Hentai!
gets the victory. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective as Brother Runt had his mind completely taken out of this matchup early. Brother Runt certainly did not come into this tournament prepared, did not come into this tournament focused, did not come into this tournament ready for a man like Hentai, and he paid for it.
And Hentai is ready to tear someone's head off. Look at him.
Brother Runt going after our official, dragging him around the ring. Hentai celebrating. Hentai is a third of the way towards the Super Indy Championship, a third of the way towards perhaps meeting Troy Lords at the end. If Troy Lords escapes the night as champion, Hentai wants that title back. Runt wants a little more. We got to get him the hell out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following quarterfinal round match is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing to you first, making his IWC debut from Chocolate City with a street value of $3 million, Ruckus.
Ruckus making his IWC debut here tonight in the quarterfinals of Super Indy 6, a major standout from the Philadelphia, New Jersey area, who made his way to MTV International Television earlier this year as a part of the Keeping It Gangsta tag team in the short-lived Wrestling Society X. WSX may have not lasted as long as some may have hoped, but it had a talent roster second to none, and it's great to have Ruckus here in the International Wrestling Cartel.
And speaking of talent, his opponent tonight, my pick to go all the way tonight, Shiima Xion.
Could this be a coming-of-age tale for this man, the future of fashion? Shiima Xion will tonight be the night he becomes champion.
Weighs at 170 pounds, hails from the Philippines, and is one half of babyface star, Shiima Xion.
Shiima Xion has been in Super Indy tournaments before. We were sitting right here at Super Indy 4 in 2005 when we watched a young, skinny, 18-year-old Shiima Xion absolutely obliterated by the notorious 187 homicide in a beating nobody there will ever forget. Will it be different 2 years later?
I got to be honest, I'm looking at once again, he's fighting another thug in the ring, and I'm worried about a repeat. However, this is not the same Shiima Xion, as you pointed out. And as I stated, Shiima Xion, my pick to go all the way.
Shima's bigger, he's better, more experienced, and more well-traveled than he was some 2 years ago. Shiima, they control the wrist lock here early on Ruckus. This is our first taste of Ruckus. You see blackout on his pants, a popular faction he's a part of in some of these other organizations, but tonight he's going to have to go at his own. And as I mentioned, Shiima wants to see this as a coming-of-age tale. He wants to prove that behind the hairspray, the glitz, the glamour, all the la-di-da, there is one of the best young athletes in independent professional wrestling today. Tonight could be the night that he proves that once and for all.
And yeah, now, I got to be honest, I haven't gotten to do my homework as much on Ruckus. Joe, I know you have all the facts, the figures. Tell us a little bit. Wow, tell us a little bit about the guy.
Well, wait a second. Check this out. Backflip into a head. Ruckus has made a big-time reputation for himself in other promotions such as Combat Zone Wrestling, the top organization of Philadelphia, and Shima returns to face Hurricane Rana. As I mentioned, Ruckus has been on MTV networks. He's been all over the world, satellite incidents, and he is what he says he is. Ruckus is a project from the streets. He lives the street lifestyle. He enjoys a few recreational substances every once in a while. He's not a role model, but he's a damn good athlete. Shima knocks Ruckus down, and a tailway kick sends Shima off the apron.
Hits solid to the top of Shima's head. And Shima might be out cold out there.
Ruckus gonna take a chance here. Puts on the brakes as he saw Shima get to his feet, but Shima able to trip Ruckus up.
Smart move. Oh,
Wait a second.
and Shima recreating maybe a little payback. Maybe he's looking at Ruckus and seeing Homicide.
We saw Homicide do this to Shima 2 years ago. A body slam on each side of the ring. And Shiima Xion has not forgotten. Apparently it still affects him, but Ruckus able to counter. Shima went to the well once too often. Can't dominate Ruckus like Homicide dominated Shima. But it's very clear, Shima feels it now. Shima has 2 years ago at the forefront of his mind.
And Shima knows just what getting slammed on this floor feels like. And right now he has to regroup. He has to get that out of his head. That was 2 years ago. And it was a different Shiima Xion then.
Keep in mind, Shima's been used to tag team competition lately. His partner, Jason Dory, failed to qualify for this tournament. How is the singles adjustment going to fare for Shima? But look out, Ruckus! Standing, shooting star from the apron to this hard ground. This is a basketball-type floor for him, but solid wood, no protection.
We felt that thud back over here.
Very reminiscent of when Shima was slammed 2 years ago.
Very true.
And referee CJ Sensation administering the 10 count. Unbelievable high-risk situation here in just the first round. This shows you what the tournament means, what's on the line, but only a count of 2 for Ruckus. And keep in mind what Ruckus has to gain here. He's huge in Philadelphia. He's huge in the East Coast. He's huge with fans of MTV, but he has not carved a reputation in Pittsburgh yet. Handspring, corkscrew, can you believe it? Check this out. A little bit of razzle-dazzle with the flip into the corner. Into a rocker dropper. Ruckus, non-stop action. Lateral press, 2, and no, that elbow into the corner. Farnsworth, he calls it the razzle-dazzle.
And let's be honest, Shiima Xion hasn't been used to attacking someone of that sort of speed since his tag team partner. It was Jason Gory that last presented situations like this to him. However, Ruckus also brings a lot more weight. And as you can see, apparently better submission skills than we normally see out of the Super Indy crowd. I am really impressed by what I am seeing out of Ruckus. It's a well put together combination.
And as I was mentioning a moment ago, Ruckus has not carved a reputation in Pittsburgh yet. His first appearance. Razzle-dazzle again. Shima had it scouted. Gets the high knee up. But if Ruckus can win here, he's guaranteed many more bookings for IWC. Much like DeeeeLicious last year, was not a regular part of his roster until he won the title. And check out the toll this match has taken on both men thus far. They are both sucking wind, not because they're not great athletes, but because they both put balls to the wall here. There's no other way to put it, Farnsworth.
If you're going to leave it in the ring, Joe. And you got to wonder how much either of them has left to continue on in the tournament. One of them has to continue on, correct?
Exact. Well, unless we have a double something here, somebody could be getting a bye. Hentai could coast to the finals if we go to a 20-minute time limit here. Check this out. Ruckus, twisting neck breaker.
And he dumped him right on his head.
Almost reminiscent of Shiima Xion's signature move from Lust Till Dust. I'll tell you this, what the mistake was, Farnsworth. Shima went blow for blow with the forearms. I love Shima, but I gotta give the advantage to Ruckus there.
Absolutely. Look at the guns on the guy.
Look out here. High risk. Moonsault into a leg drop. Shima counter to a roll-up, but nowhere near enough yet. Shima sets it up. Filipino destroyer. Inverted, lost to dust. No one has ever kicked out, and Ruckus will not be the first.
No exception.
Shiima Xion!
Like I said, Shiima Xion definitely going all the way tonight.
Well, he's come up with a fantastic step 1, great quarterfinal performance against a big-time deal all over the world in Ruckus. This could be Shiima Xion's coming-of-age tale. it could be the Cinderella story. At the end of this night, Shima may come full circle. Give him the worst night of his career. And Shima going to dump him again. I somehow doubt that. Shima's not that kind of guy. We could go full circle. Worst night in Shima's career, Super Indy 4, Super Indy 6. This would be the culmination of it.
Following special attraction tag team match is our elimination gauntlet match for the IWC Tag Team Championships. Now, in this match earlier today, all 6 teams drew random numbers 1 through 6. Teams number 1 and 2 will start inside this ring. After there is a fall, we will have teams 3 through 6 after each succession of a pinfall, submission, count out, or disqualification. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's all find out who drew number 1.
Well, some of you may know it as Tag Team Turmoil, or by any name. This is going to be a Tag Team Championship Gauntlet. 6 teams will be involved. Whoever is alive at the end are the IWC Tag Titles. Tough road for the Gambino.
Team number 1, escorted to the ring by their manager, Maverick, and he represents, at a total combined weight of 447 pounds, the team of Antonio the Promise Thomas, Romeo Roselli, the Ruckus.
Not happy about drawing number 1 are Romeo Roselli, the man with the best abs in the business, and Antonio the Promise Thomas, who have had several altercations with Maverick's former team, sexual harassment, in recent weeks.
Look at the look on Maverick's face. I know that look. Maverick already knows he has this in the bag. That's how confident he is with his team.
Well, this team does have the longest odds.
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing team number 2.
Well, we know this music and we know what this poster board is for. Michael the Bomber Facade, the suburban terrorist, the spray paint enthusiast, with his new tag team partner about to be joined by Johnny Gargano, 19-year-old prospect from the Cleveland, Ohio area. And what a mess they've gotten themselves into, already into the thick of the tag title situation. Their first night as a team.
Weight of 403 pounds. Here's the team of Michael the Bomber Facade and Johnny Gargano.
Super Indy 6 has officially been tagged by the Bomber. I believe that says Facade for gold.
Parental discretion is advised.
Wait a second. Well, here's 2 guys you never want to see coming from behind you.
I wouldn't know. I haven't seen that.
Well, would you now?
I don't know.
Eric Ecstasy, Justin Idol, it's sexual harassment. But this is not their time.
What is he motioning for, Joe?
Chuck Roberts, get to the bottom of this.
Obviously, Johnny, you guys drew number 2, right?
Yeah, we got 2.
Guys, they got number 2.
Wait.
You know, I've been called a lot of weird things in my life, but stupid isn't one of them. Well, except for now. Because guys, I got a deal for you. We're gonna switch. We're gonna switch numbers.
Heartthrobs don't like this. Are we gonna have a deal here?
Norm's letting it happen?
He whispered something to Facade and Gargano.
So IWC, I think you're ready for it. Not only are you going to be prepared to be sexually harassed, but we're going to take you WWE reject right out of here and kick the living shit out of you.
Hello. Chris Maverick appealing to Norm Connors, incensed about what we've just seen and heard, and the Heartbreakers don't like it either. Chuck Roberts give us a bell. Heartbreakers, heartthrobs by any name, taking on sexual harassment, sacrificing a potential later number, a potential better odds at the tag titles to get their hands on the Heartbreakers, who have made their lives a living hell since they came on the scene last March.
And you can tell what the Heartbreakers think of it. They are kicking the living slop out of sexual harassment.
Well, I'm glad you chose your words. A little nicer than Eric Ecstasy, as the Heartbreakers dispose of sexual harassment, and Chris Maverick is at the center of this whole thing. Sexual harassment threw Chris Maverick to the curb when they found out how little he was of use and how much of the take he was taken out of their contracts. But the Heartbreakers were brought in by Maverick to get rid of sexual harassment. That has not happened yet. Eric hammered away on Antonio.
Justin Idol still showing a certain level of beating. You got to think that sexual harassment isn't in this at this point for the gold.
Well, they want revenge, and watch Idol. Watch Idol here on top. High-risk situation. Romeo and Antonio have no idea he's up there. They have no clue. Idol.
They're not counting. One. Oh, there's two.
Person wins Hilo. Idol risks life and limb and falls on both Romeo and Antonio.
As I was saying, for sexual harassment, this isn't about the titles. This is about getting their hands on the Heartbreakers / Heartthrobs. They, you don't trade away a later number if you're looking to get the gold. They're getting exactly what they want, which is to kick the crap out of Maverick's guys.
And they'd love a piece of Maverick himself as well. Idol missile drop kick. And who lucks out the most in this situation? Michael Facade and Johnny Gargano. They get a later draw. They weren't even prepared for it. Their odds just got increased. And Idol, you can see his body snap back as he collided with the solid ring post. And Romeo drops Idol with the divorce court, trying to separate the shoulder. Idol press 2 and no, as this matchup finally gets some semblance of order to it. Romeo makes the exchange to Antonio Thomas.
You know what? I give it to sexual harassment. They got a lot of guts. They got a lot of moxie. Yeah, but guts and moxie and $2 will get you a cup of coffee.
Could get them tag team titles. You never know. Could get them some retribution in this match.
Let's be honest. Every minute they're fighting the first tag team, it lowers the odds of them making it through the whole way through the gauntlet.
But keep in mind, sexual harassment is the most decorated tag team dynasty in the history of the International Wrestling Cartel. Between all their members, I think they have a total of 4 championship reigns, and few, if any, teams can come close to that anywhere in this business, as the Heartbreakers, attempt to work on the shoulder of Idol, the same shoulder weakened by that ring post.
And we have yet to see Eric Ecstasy make it back up to the ring.
Well, Ecstasy hit the post on the outside of the ring before we saw that incredible high-risk move by Justin Idol. He has moved very little, if any. Since then, he's still on the outside wincing in pain as Romeo gets a near fall. Keep in mind the other teams in this matchup: Cleveland Mafia, the Hollywood Balls, Gargano, and Facade, as well as reigning tag team champions Mickey and Marshall Gambino. We are going to be here a while before we crown new tag team champions, and as much as the odds are against these two tandems, you got to believe either one would make great champions.
I would agree. I would absolutely agree.
Idol on a top wrist lock, vertical base back, but Romeo with a quick knee to the midsection, and the exchange into Antonio Thomas. Keep in mind, Romeo and Antonio have been teaming considerably longer than Idol and Eric. They do have cohesion in their favor, and almost a double divorce court by both Heartbreakers. Antonio, now for the cover, Bobby Williams says 2.
Justin Idol is in a world of problems, because not only is he in there with a team as good as the Heartthrobs / Heartbreakers, he has no tag partner right now. Or at least he has no tag partner up on the apron.
Very true. Ecstasy's been isolated here from the ring in general, and if I'm sexual harassment, I'm starting to rethink this decision a little bit. Antonio just bending away from him. Look at Idol's arm. It's completely behind him at this point. And that pain goes right back to the shoulder.
Oh, Heartbreaker with the tag in.
And Romeo, I was about to say they're cutting the ring in half here, but really no need to, with Eric Ecstasy still taken out. Great double teams and frequent tags, showing why the Heartbreakers have been a premier tag team, like them or not, for the past at least a couple, 3-4 years.
And we have Eric Ecstasy up to his feet.
And Chris Maverick just took a cheap shot.
He slipped. That's right. He slipped.
I don't know if our cameras caught it, but Chris Maverick with the first cheap shot of the match. As you heard Chuck Robertson, that's 45-minute time limit here. That could be a dangerous, dangerous situation here. If you get a late number, you might not have much time left to capture the title. Idol, a considerable pain here. Antonio Thomas just continues to move the arm of Idol, move the body around by the arm, I should say, as Ecstasy, again, gallantly trying to fight his way back to his feet, but to no avail. He may have hit head first, he may have gotten a concussion on that ring post, and the Heartbreakers are taking perfect advantage of it.
Let's be honest, even if Eric gets up to the ring, he's not at 100%. What are the odds that Justin Idol's going to be able to carry this win and all the rest of the wins throughout the tournament?
The Heartbreakers have had very little damage applied onto them. With the exception of maybe the opening moments of the contest, Heartbreakers have been in firm control. Idol, forearm shot. How about that? The double knees across the arm.
And I like this innovative arm offense that we're seeing. And especially because a lot of Justin Idol's offense revolves around a certain level of quickness and a certain level of being able to use that arm. Which, I mean, it sounds kind of silly, you know, who doesn't use an arm in an offense? But it really shuts down a lot of what you can do.
Antonio elevated to the outside. Idol was able to slip the head.
That was all back.
Exactly, and power him over. And now Eric Ecstasy is back on the apron looking for a tag, and it's Romeo without a partner at the moment, and Romeo not the legal man. Idol gets the tag. Maverick pulled Eric Ecstasy off. Chris Maverick pulled Ecstasy off of the apron. Idol had the tag. Idol had it. Like distraction here. Referee with Maverick. Look out. Antonio Thomas sent into Ecstasy, who takes Thomas down. It's Romeo and Idol battling in the middle of the ring. O'Connor rolled by Justin Idol. No referee. We got a cover. 2. Can he get him? Idol got him. Heartthrobs are out of here.
Heartthrobs are eliminated.
I gotta admit, I didn't think Idol was going to be able to carry it through. I'm impressed, but how much do they have left?
Oh, no doubt about it. Sexual harassment are considerably less than 100% right now. Heartbreakers are out of here. Their past caught up with them. Maverick is irate. I'm sure he feels cheated, which is certainly a pot kettle.
And now the team who drew number 3.
Who's next?
Hey, one has to wonder just what kind of officiating is going on here when Eric Ecstasy's in the ring and a 3 counts administered. Both guys were in the ring.
Well, questionable call, but pandemonium had broken loose at the end of that matchup. There was no control. Oh no. We're bound to work.
At a total combined weight of 463 pounds, the team of J-Rocc and Raymond for Cleveland Mafia.
I wouldn't want to wrestle them when I'm healthy. And they already had the crab kicked out. Sexual harassment has to go in this with the crab kicked out of them and the Fresh Mafia.
J-Rocc has commandeered our ringside camera and is showing all the, as ironic as it may seem, Cleveland Mafia fans here in the Pittsburgh area. J-Rocc and Rowe have risen to be one of the most popular, successful tag teams in recent memory. J-Rocc brings the mental edge, the experience, and the strategy. Rowe brings brute strength, raw power, and unleashed intensity. Rowe is an emotional killer. finally, Ray Rowe has a date in just a matter of weeks with the Samoan submission machine Samoa Joe one-on-one. And despite Samoa Joe's reputation, Ray Rowe is not sweating it a bit. And they're not wasting any time.
Those are as solid a forearm as I have ever seen. Equally rough.
Eric Ecstasy is about 250, 60 pounds. And look at the way they are powering his body around the ring. Ecstasy and Idol can barely stand. Hard knees. Oh no. Look out! Lifts him overhead with a German. No one's got power like Ray Rowe. Eric and Ray Rowe. Series of forearm shots. Center of the ring. Eric went for the lip lock. Rowe counter. What? Enziguri by Ray Rowe.
Well, he's fighting Samoa Joe soon. You figure maybe he's mixing up his offense a little, throwing a couple of new tricks into that old man.
Or perhaps looking to send a message. Double whip now, double team. Idol kicks Rowe away, barely staggers him, however. Idol not a lot of strength left. But Idol wrestling defensively here. That's what he needs to do. J-Rocc sent on top of Ray Rowe. Now, side Russian leg sweep. Lateral press. Can he get it here? Oh. And as great as sexual harassment are, you have to consider it an upset at this point if sexual harassment can persevere through the Cleveland Mafia, perhaps the most dominant tag team in IWC in 2006. As Ecstasy now, as J-Rocc up, Lady Killer, hard clothesline connects, deep hook in the leg 2 and no. But just looking at Eric Ecstasy, and especially looking at Justin Idol on the apron right now, sexual harassment just does not have a lot left. They are running on fumes at this point. It's only a matter of time before they run out of gas.
Do you think, they are running on fumes? Do they have enough fumes to go another, what, 14s?
I highly doubt that. Delayed headbutt with tongue extended.
Grinding headbutt?
That works.
That's
violating headbutt.
Okay.
Don't get insecure on me now.
I'm not gay, is all I'm saying. Not that there's anything wrong with it.
J-Rocc.
Speaking of gay, Eric Ecstasy looks like he is on his last one there.
Chops with the stunner into the kick from Idol. Cover 2 and no. Wow, near fall situation. Give him credit.
And I mean, to Eric Ecstasy's credit, we've seen him trim down. We've seen him get in much better shape. He has great conditioning. It's just there's only so much you can do.
Well, the Heartbreakers took so much out of sexual harassment so fast. They've got to recover as best they can here. Getting their hands on the Heartbreakers may have cost them the tag titles here tonight. So you got to think, do they think it's worth it?
Apparently they did, otherwise they wouldn't have made that trade.
J-Rocc.
I mean, they had at least number 4. And they traded it just to get their hands on Roselli and Thomas. Roselli?
Romeo Roselli, you got it. Senton bomb misses. That's right, until we see Gargano and Facade, we won't know what number they had. And Idol just had nothing left. The Senton bomb was all he had in him. He could not connect, and
Sexual harassment has been eliminated.
And now, whoever's next has to step into the ring with the Cleveland Mafia. Uh-oh.
Oh, look out. Hollywood Balls, along with Vicky Gambino, the sister of the Gambino brothers.
Team number 3, the Hollywood Balls.
A fellow cousin of Jimmy DeMarco, and we saw Vicky Gambino get involved a month ago, helping the Gambinos and the Balls win an 8-man matchup. The black suplex, DeMarco for the cover, 2-0. And since the addition of Vicky Gambino, we said that who knows if even all 4 members of the Gambino family would be enough to stop Ray Rowe. It looks like it wasn't because they had to add to the family.
Yeah, absolutely. We're up to 5 members now.
That's right.
And who knows, there could be more in the wings.
And there may be less if Ray Rowe has anything to say about it. DeMarco wants no piece of Ray Rowe. Rowe manhandling the referee, which is never a good sign.
And to be fair, I don't think referee Whistleteats wants any part of him either.
And meanwhile, behind the back of the official, DeMarco and Vendetta just hammering away. DeMarco, I believe, leaning on the groin of J-Rocc and now choking away as well.
I thought I saw a poke to the eyes while the ref wasn't looking. So, smart move by Jimmy DeMarco.
Considering how shady DeMarco is, we know all about Jimmy DeMarco. Wouldn't put anything past him in the least. Front face lock cinched in, as now DeMarco attempts to try to wear away at J-Rocc.
He's tapping out.
He is not. J-Rocc not going to submit, I guarantee you that.
It's a pretty tight front face lock.
J-Rocc and Ray Rowe find themselves now the more tired of the teams in this gauntlet, and J-Rocc's going to have the power advantage here as he muscles Jimmy DeMarco to the corner. Tag to Ray Rowe, but Vendetta strategically distracts Bobby Williams. That's not going to do much for Ray Rowe's eye.
What is that? Distracted who?
What?
Who did they distract? I thought it was...
They distracted the referee.
Stinky Whistleteats.
Bobby Williams. What kind of referee would name himself Stinky?
There's a lot that I just don't question around here anymore, Joe.
If it's not
that tie.
If it's not Steven Coulter, you don't care, right? That's your boy.
He's a fine referee who's been done wrong by IWC.
He was till he got bribed, but it ducked in the double clothesline. J-Rocc explodes the power. DeMarco overhead.
And the young fans off to the side here each get a collector's head of the Hollywood Bulbs.
Very least a tooth. Vendetta in the ring illegally here. J-Rocc looking for the tag. He got it. Controlled aggression from Ray Rowe. Forearm shots. Down goes Vendetta. Down goes DeMarco. A hard lariat.
Lord.
Has anybody showcased the kind of power explosion as Ray Rowe does night after night? Ray Rowe. Overhead to DeMarco. He set his sights on Samoa Joe. He set his sights on perhaps a future tag title reign. But he made the promise to J-Rocc. One last tag title reign. And Ray Rowe after that will pursue the heavyweight crown.
Uh-oh.
STF. That's it. Vendetta gave it up quickly. Look at the torque on the body. J-Rocc has to convince Ray Rowe to let go.
The Hollywood Bulbs are eliminated.
And Vendetta's lucky that Ray Rowe didn't just reach down and take a piece to keep with him on his ride home. Good Lord. Right, what we are seeing is dominance, Jeff.
Without a doubt. Oh, look who's next.
The team who drew number 5 are the IWC Tag Team Champions, the Gambino Brothers.
Mickey Gambino puts the belt down, draws the proverbial line in the sand, and J-Rocc and Ray Rowe wasting no time here as this matchup spilling on the outside. Oh, look out, they might be coming over here.
Oh, Lord.
J-Rocc and Mickey battling back behind, dear God, behind the palm tree, and it's Marshall and Ray Rowe going at it at ringside. Oh, look out, Mickey head first into these solid steel chairs over here by our broadcast position. This matchup not gotten anywhere near the ring yet, as we know the bad blood here. The Gambinos defeated the Cleveland Mafia for the tag title some months ago. They've been pursuing them ever since, whether it was the Hollywood Bulbs, whether it was Vicky Gambino. The Gambinos have always had a plan to squeak one by on J-Rocc and Ray Rowe.
And good night, nice guy Mickey, who took that huge trash can right to the dome. He's dazed, look at him.
And you want to talk about power, Marshall and Ray Rowe battling on the outside. Vicky Gambino still out here trying to direct traffic. Marshall dumps J-Rocc. Vicky finally rejoins the fray. And based on the kind of street fights, the kind of wild brawls we've seen between these four men, I guess we should not be surprised at how this matchup has turned. Not a lot of time to see Ray Rowe off his feet, but Marshall the Bull, 280 plus of power, was able to do it.
And you gotta wonder if having to fight power versus power with someone messes with Ray Rowe. Uh-oh.
J-Rocc choking Mickey with Mickey's own suspenders.
And referee Lou Williams not seeing that choke, and a smart move by J-Rocc. Get away with it. Oh, and a good whipping.
J-Rocc gonna discolor the hide on the back of Mickey Gambino as Marshall and Rowe continue to fight it out.
Normally that kind of treatment costs you $50 an hour, and you gotta have a pre-approved safe word. Good Lord.
Mafia.
Is that your safe word?
Gonna send Marshall back in. Oh, trust me, if ever I needed safety. Mafia double teaming Marshall, but this is the third team Rock and Rowe have been through miscommunication, and Marshall able to catch it. Marshall was a step ahead of the Mafia, and they both collide into one another.
You know, we refer to the Cleveland Mafia as machines, but really they are men. They are starting to get tired. They have to adapt their style each time. Mistakes like that can happen, especially in a match like this.
And what a team to face at this point of the match. Rowe jumps over Mickey right into the waiting arms of Marshall, spinebuster. What a team to face when it's a three-time tag champ who almost got three. And keep in mind, Farnsworth, only one team left to go.
And we know who that is.
Indeed, Johnny Gargano and Michael Facade. Boy, did they get the luck of the draw and didn't even realize it. Sexual harassment, we find out, gave away the opportunity of a lifetime for revenge on the Heartbreakers.
And seriously, and you think about that for a second. They gave up the filet mignon of spots in this to get their hands on their enemies. That proves my point. That's how much they wanted it. That they were willing to give up probably the easiest shot at the title in this, just to get their hands on Mav's team.
And if you're the referee in this situation, what must you be thinking? Throw the rules out the window. No way any of these four guys are going to listen anymore.
Frankly, I think Lou Williams there tends to throw the rules out any chance it gets.
Who the hell is Lou Williams?
The ref! Pay attention! You just told me that.
Bobby Williams, spinebuster.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a Bobby.
Wonder why. Gambino's double teaming on J-Rocc. Ray Rowe trying to regain his bearings here. Takes a lot to take Ray Rowe off his feet. Gambino's were able to accomplish it. As the pace slows down, Gambino think they finally, after all these months, have the Cleveland Mafia where they want them, and the Mafia's at the disadvantage here. They have had more taken out of them. They have had the draw against them. With a huge clothesline by Ray Rowe, sends Marshall Gambino flying hard. Oh, watch Rowe. Look out here. Overhead to the Northern Lights. Pile of Gambinos in the ring.
Sort of forced one Gambino to a swanton the other there.
But it takes time to get Marshall in the center of the ring on his back for a cover. Those precious few seconds may have cost them a defeat of the champions.
And Vicky Gambino not looking happy at ringside.
Oh, certainly not. She did not have this in mind as her first official duty as manager to the Gambino clan. Double spinebuster.
And the ring just buckled on that. You know, the weight of Marshall combined with the power of the Mafia.
And Ray Rowe back to the STF. Not the torque he had on Vendetta. There's still a lot of pain being etched on. Mickey and J-Rocc are still to the outside. In the ring, there's nothing protecting Marshall from tapping out. Marshall needs Mickey in the ring right now. Mickey nowhere to be found. J-Rocc able to keep him out of the ring.
He's tapping.
But Bobby Williams doesn't see it. Bobby Bobby Williams does not see it. J-Rocc is trying to alert him. And Ray Rowe is angry again. I think I'd listen to that. That's all Ray Rowe needs to say. Look out here. Maybe a T-bone coming up. No.
Marshall still having the sense. Oh my Lord. Elbow out of that.
That noise you heard was Mickey Gambino's chest exploding. Marshall with a DDT to counter in the ring.
And it looks like Bobby Lou there is down. I think Ray Rowe just blindly swung and caught him, I don't know, in the nose and the eyes. It looked like Ray Rowe may have hurt him.
I'm not sure what happened, but Marshall off the top, huge splash. J-Rocc and Mickey have brawled to the back. Nobody left out here but these two coming out. Ray Rowe still on.
And the one place you don't want to be is in the ring with Ray Rowe one-on-one. I don't care who you are. Marshall's backup is gone.
Even if you're Samoa Joe, that's not a fate I would choose to have.
Absolutely.
J-Rocc and Mickey are now on the far side of this building. Why, hey, Mickey Gambino.
What happened?
She has sprayed something in the eyes of Ray Rowe. I think that was that can of Shima spray paint that she stole last month when she got
hairspray.
Oh yeah, very true. And J-Rocc saw it. He's chasing Mickey Gambino to the back. She has no business getting involved anyway. Oh God.
Oh, someone has his sight back.
All the way from up top. Cover. Champions have been defeated.
Ladies and gentlemen, we definitely will see a new champion tonight.
Another Cleveland Mafia explosion, and the family has lost the gold. But don't celebrate yet. One step left, an unlikely step, but one step still remains.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final entrance, the team who traded for number 6.
Irate Gambino's leave.
They are the former Michael Facade and Johnny Gargano.
The look on Johnny Gargano's face says it all. They are on their way to a very painful fate, and even though they have the luck of the draw, Lady Luck is not on their side right now.
And let's be honest, Johnny Gargano, Italian. We know the Cleveland Mafia are not too happy with various Italians right now.
Gargano's saying his prayers right now. This could be the end before we even see the beginning. The 19-year-old prospect from Cleveland, Ohio, Johnny Gargano, who has made a major name for himself throughout Ohio, and tonight makes his Pennsylvania and specifically IWC debut. Gargano's been in the ring with men like Christopher Daniels, Nigel McGuinness, Alex Shelley, Zach Gowen, but he has never, ever been in the ring with someone like Ray Rowe.
And on the other side there, what is going through the head of the bomber? I mean, he has been in the ring with the greatest wrestler to ever come out of Pittsburgh, Bubba the Bulldog. He has been in the ring with Dean Radford, but he has never been in the ring with someone of the sheer intensity and caliber of the Cleveland Mafia.
Well, Rock moves, Rowe doesn't. Gargano taken down. Ray Rowe, look out. No power counter. Hurricane Rana. Upset of the year coming. J-Rocc gets interbeat to Facade. Only about 7 months experience in the game. What a coup it would be if his first title is a win over J-Rocc and Ray Rowe. With the Mafia just unloading on both these guys right now. Gargano is a match specialist. Wise beyond his years for 19-year-old. Facade has improved leaps and bounds since his debut. But they gotta be outmatched here. Only a 2 count.
J-Rocc booted Facade in the head, and then Ray Rowe slapped on a submission hold, cranking on his neck. I thought he may end up taking the head home yet.
Gargano unloads everything he can.
And he might still.
But got just knocked down with a forearm. Hurled up into a waiting J-Rocc spear. Cover, 2, and no! Gargano kicks out, give him credit. His first appearance, he does not want to go down easily.
Facade seeming to clear the cobwebs out. He has yet to actually make it to the apron. This has yet to even become a tag match even.
Give it up one time!
Gargano may have some rib injuries, internal injuries. Check this out. On the torque on the back of Gargano. Oh, God.
Oh, no.
No! Facade! Drop on top of his partner.
That was like a car wreck in the ring. Just body on top of body, on top of body.
Gargano was sandwiched. Nowhere to go between J-Rocc and Facade. He got the worst of it, and Facade got hurled beyond his control as well. And the Cleveland Mafia smirk finally forms on J-Rocc's face. Starting to get confident. Check this out. Knife edges.
And for the first time, this is actually becoming a tag match. The various partners where they should be.
Yeah, with a clothesline. Well, Gargano's almost where he should be. He's got to get himself on the apron.
He's like 3/4 of where he should be.
Box cover. But I've said this before, I'll say it again. You're not going to beat anybody in IWC with a cover like that. Not even if you are the Cleveland Mafia. Tag into Rowe. Gargano still coughing up on the apron, and his partner not faring much better. Backbreaker.
We've seen this.
Oh yeah, we know what's coming up. Powerbomb. Right across the knee. Gravity is the enemy of Facade. The power of Rowe behind it, 2.5. But again, I'll give Facade all the credit in the world here. They have this prime opportunity. It's not looking too bright for them, but they're still kicking out. They're still persevering.
Facade is spitting out kidneys at this point.
And that will stop your heart.
That's like getting hit with a cutting board. Right in the chest.
And I think, well, pointing to Gargano. Oh no. Slips open the gi and drills him again. Well, that'll be a very unceremonious welcome to IWC from Rowe to Johnny Gargano. A hesitant tag, and Gargano.
I think Gargano rather would have cut off his hand than take that tag. Willingly.
Oh, God. He tried to psych himself up. He tried to do what he could.
Now he has to try and wake himself up.
And listen to this crowd. Rowe just weeks away. The date with Samoa Joe, I believe that's this July. And the fans chanting, Rowe is going to kill you. Tag now to J-Rocc. Another chop.
Oh.
Uppercut. Gargano, like a human pinball. Hard strikes, debilitating strikes. Nowhere for him to go. Face buster, lariat. Hits the back of the head, he lands face first. Unbelievable.
I want to. Anything could happen. The young guys may pull this out, but really, I think we may want to have medics standing back.
Well, they have all the tools to pull it out. They're very deserving athletes.
Well, yeah, they got the sizzle. They just don't got the steak at this point. They have been taking a beating from the Cleveland Mafia as if they owed them money. For all I know, they might owe them money.
Well, somehow doubt it.
They own the Mafia. Shut up,
no.
Oh, I think I just caught a flying nipple.
Unbelievable. Rowe charges in. Facade trying to reverse it, got hit with a lung blower. Gargano, dazed look on his face. Double knee sends Facade vaulting right back into Gargano. It may be time the Cleveland Mafia to put the finishing touches on the team of Facade and Gargano.
Seriously, they are just putting on a wrestling clinic as to how to dismantle your opponents.
Ray Rowe.
Oh.
Chaos Theory takes him up and over. That's a Ray Rowe specialty. That's all right there. That's 3. That should be 3. J-Rocc wants to put the icing on the cake. I don't know, J-Rocc. I think this might be all.
And they're giving it up one time for J-Rocc.
This could be it. Tag team title gold, a heartbeat away from the Cleveland Mafia.
Oh, there was a tag.
Blind tag. J-Rocc went for the one-hitter quitter. But it was countered by Facade. Gargano up the top, cross body. Facade chips him up. Wait, double pin. They just won. Can you believe that? Facade and Gargano won the title. Upset
Ladies and
City.
gentlemen, the winners of the tag team gauntlet and the IWC tag team champions, the team of Johnny Gargano and Michael Facade.
Look at the death stare on the face of Ray Rowe.
It's almost as if Johnny Gargano is apologizing for winning the title.
Ray Rowe had this in the bag, and now he is irate. Facade and Gargano are the new champions. Facade, just 7 months experience. Gargano, just 19 years of age. They've got the victory. Unbelievable.
I mean, how far up their rear end did they have to reach to pull that out?
What a surprise. Anything can happen in IWC.
Damn it! Ray Rowe, I promised you, we win these tag team titles, we take you to the heavyweight title. Cleveland Mafia run in IWC. Damn it! We beat every tag team in that locker room. My damn ego got the best of me tonight. Damn it! Should have finished you off when we had the chance.
J-Rocc
So
admitting a mistake here.
Should we hit him with these belts or should we give them to him? No, you know what? I'll tell you what. No, see, we're straight up. We're going to stand here. We're going to shake your hands because right now, you two got the best of us. It was my fault, and it won't happen again. Now, I would say we're coming right back for a rematch, but for those of you that don't know, on July, I don't even know the date, but in July, Ray Rowe's got a date with the unstoppable Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe.
I believe that's July 7th.
I am going to personally train Ray Rowe to the peak of his ability. And Samoa Joe, for the first time in your life, you ain't killing nobody. Samoa Joe, cameraman, get a good look. Samoa Joe, July 7th, Ray Rowe kills you. Now, Johnny Gargano and Michael Facade, we can do this one of 2 ways. You can shake our hands and offer us a rematch anytime we're ready and anytime you're ready, or we can finish beating you down and walk out of here. You can have it one way or the other.
Well, J-Rocc and Ray Rowe want to be the better men here and admit when they've invested. And Gargano and Facade get presented these tag titles. And as much as Gargano and Facade,
Tag team champions, Michael the Mama Facade and Johnny Gargano.
as much talent as they have, I'm a little surprised here, J-Rocc. But a huge upset here tonight, the biggest we've seen in quite some time.
What can you say? David beat Goliath, except it wasn't David, it was David's little brother.
As we get out of here, I heard it's somebody's birthday in here. Is it somebody's birthday in here tonight? Anybody listen to that? Is it your birthday? Hey, come here, buddy. Check this out. Come here. Come on up. Hook him up. Hey, toss me a t-shirt, man. Toss me a Mafia shirt right
the Cleveland Mafia. But where do we go from here? Gargano and Facade, unlikely upset young prospect tag team champions, while J-Rocc is training Rowe.
Fans, he's 8 tonight. Let's hear it for Brett, an IWC superstar for the night here. We want to thank Brett and his entire, look at his birthday party, for coming out here and making Super Indy 6 that much more special.
J-Rocc trains Rowe for Samoa Joe, July 7th, here in the IWC. What about Gargano and Facade? New tag champions, unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following quarterfinal match in the Super Indy 6 tournament is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, hailing from Redondo Beach, California, weighing at 236 pounds, sweet and sour, Larry Sweeney.
Larry Sweeney defeated Showtime Eric Young to qualify for Super Indy 6. Has had his sights set on the Super Indy title ever since. Sweeney may not be the type of athlete you'd imagine accustomed to the situation, but he is out to prove that looks can be deceiving.
Hey, tonight I got one question for you, Machismo. Is Larry Sweeney looking good tonight or what? You dang right. You dang right. And tonight, May 11th, listen up everybody. Tonight is Larry Sweeney's night. The tournament is now. Jay Lethal, you're in the back. Come on out here, buddy.
Larry, you do look sweet tonight. I gotta say that, absolutely. And I don't want to burst your bubble, and fans, I don't want to burst your bubble either. I was handed a note a little bit earlier on here tonight by promoter Norton Connors. Unfortunately, due to contractual arrangements, disagreement, whatever, Jay Lethal cannot make it here tonight. Fans, hang on, but all I can tell you, I don't know who it is, but all I can tell you is Norton Connors has promised that you won't be disappointed. So let's hit the music for Larry Sweeney's opponent.
Well, it won't be Jay Lethal, but I have a feeling it's going to be someone very similar. Oh my God! It's the Macho Man! It's...
Ladies and gentlemen, from Elizabeth, New Jersey, weighing in at 200 pounds, Machismo!
It's Black Machismo! Tossing out Slim Jim, the alter ego of Jay Lethal. Over the past several weeks in TNA, Jay Lethal has been associating himself with Kevin Nash. Nash has taken Lethal under his wing and sort of shown him how to develop a little bit more of a personality. And apparently, his Macho Man Randy Savage impression is catching on. That's not Macho. That's Jay Lethal. Well, we know that. You can't fool me. You're a quick one. But could Black Machismo be the Super Indy champion? We're going to hear from Mr. Machismo. Unbelievable.
Very sweet, you gotta tell ya, you are definitely sweet and sour. Yeah, I'm up in the outfit. Who's your tailor, huh? Who's your tailor? Well, got a little gift for you. It's called a Slim Jim. I'm pretty sure before we get underway, all these people want to hear one thing. That's an oh yeah from Larry Sweeney. How about that? I'll give you a practice right on there. Oh yeah!
All right, Black Machismo. Okay. Hold on. Okay, first of all, I appreciate the salty snack cake. Can't eat it right now. Do it fine. Okay. Hold on. How do I do it? Just one more time. How do I do it? Ooh, yeah.
I'm speaking.
All right. I don't know if I can live up to that, but I'm going to phrase it. It's just like Jeopardy. I'm going to phrase it in the form of the question. It's something I already asked earlier tonight, but hell, the second time never hurt, and it bears repeating anyway. Is Larry Sweeney looking good tonight? Everybody! Ooh, yeah! I can guess that.
Well, after the dueling ooh-yahs.
And apparently they're competing for the loudest outfit contest here in IWC.
No doubt about that. Surprised we could hear that. The outfits are so loud. But Larry Sweeney locking up with Black Machismo. He's got the hair, he's got the outfit, everything. Isn't it ironic that he hails from Elizabeth, New Jersey?
It absolutely is.
The youngest member of the TNA roster, about 21 years of age. Second only to Shiima Xion in youth here in Super Indy 6. And certainly, J-Lethal's a guy that's been searching for his identity in recent weeks. Certainly he's had Kevin Nash guiding him along, and certainly Sanjay Dutt. There's been a little bit of tension and jealousy existing between those two in recent weeks. We could see that altercation in the semifinals. But right now it's about Lethal and Sweeney. But what a win it would be for J-Lethal in this turning point in his career if he can capture the Super Indy title.
Absolutely. And you know, I got to tell you, sweet and sour right now, my pick to go all the way in the tournament. I'm impressed with what I've been seeing out of him. No offense to Black Machismo. I think he's a fine competitor, but come on. Sweet and sour's looking awful sweet tonight.
And Larry Sweeney mentioned it in my Super Indy spotlight on IWCWrestling.com. A lot of people look at Larry Sweeney, how he looks, how he acts, how he talks. Doesn't take him very seriously, but Larry Sweeney can go. He's been training for this matchup. He's been training on the power. He's been training on the strength, because J-Lethal does possess a size advantage over Larry Sweeney.
I find it very interesting that Black Machismo, just do the he is still doing the imitation. It is not just hey, how you doing? He is committed to it.
He's got the mannerisms down. He has perfected the Randy Savage style of wrestling. And will that be a curse or a blessing? Certainly it's going to be an adjustment for J-Lethal. It's also going to be an adjustment for Larry Sweeney.
He wants music.
Why?
This can't be good.
We're in the quarterfinal round match here. Sweeney getting into his groove here. Comes back with the Rick Rude.
I don't know what to say.
Well, the Tracy Smothers trademark dance-off here in the IWC, and that was a little bit of Jackie Fargo mixed in there too. And he comes back with these savage jabs. Right jabs hammering away on Sweeney. Back elbow connects. Vince Randy Savage. And just as I started talking about how Larry Sweeney does not want to be underestimated and perhaps take it seriously, we see a dance-off.
We absolutely saw a dance-off. This might have been the first. Is this the first dance-off in the Super Indy history?
I believe so. First dance-off in IWC since H Styles won back in the day. Double axe handle from the top, 2 and no. I'll give Sweeney a 7 and Lethal a 7.5. More savage-like jabs. Sweeney wants to prove a point here. He's more than just pizzazz. more than just a pink boa. Sweeney can go. He doesn't have the style of most of the rest of these competitors, but he's certainly very tough. He's crafty, he's resourceful. He's held championships before, both of the legitimate and fictitious variety.
I don't know what you mean by fictitious.
Axe handle from the top, Black Machismo into the cover, 2 and no. Sweeney a multiple time, I believe over 12 time, ICW, ICWA Texarkana television champion, which is not recognized by any promotion anywhere.
It's recognized all the time, and you need to get over this. Just admit that it exists, that he's the champ.
It exists in Larry Sweeney's mind, but certainly if the Super Indy title ends up in Sweeney's grasp tonight, it's going to take precedence over everything else as Black Machismo misses the charge and Sweeney sends lethal shoulder first.
And if Larry Sweeney wants to get taken seriously, that's a good way to do it. Bust a shoulder up on that heavy iron post right there.
This is a match of the mind games, no doubt about that, but Sweeney has total control of what he's doing out there right now. Scoops him up. It's like a shoulder breaker there. There's an old school move for you. Cover. Lethal quick to escape. And right into the chin lock, carries the knee right onto the spine between the shoulder blades as he begins to wear away at Black Machismo, J-Lethal.
Who has the fingers and the hands going like Macho Man. I'm impressed with the level of dedication. Normally when I'm hurt, I act like me. He's being hurt, and he's acting like someone else. How far has Kevin Nash gotten into his head?
Oh, the Sweeney stomp. Shades of Ronnie Garvin.
All those major points.
Very true. Gonna finish him off with a shot to the head. So we've seen so many Super Indy champions over the years, from Super Hentai to Colt Cabana, Chris Sabin, Delirious, John McChesney, Sterling, James Keenan, Troy Lords. What position either of these men would make to that list?
Absolutely.
5 minutes gone by, 15 minutes remain.
Are you sure? And Machismo's hair just all over the place. He is taking quite the beating at the hands of the sweet and sour one. And his hair is paying the price for it, I gotta tell you.
He goes for the cover. 2 and no. Sweeney switches in that reverse chin lock one more time. Black Machismo has no momentum here, no vertical base, no leverage to attempt to prey upon. Sweeney's going to keep this man grounded. Of course, Sweeney, I'm sure he's grown up watching Randy Savage. I'm sure, as Lethal has, he knows what he was and Lethal is capable of doing. That's very dangerous. Savage can take to the air just like Lethal can.
Absolutely. In fact, that's sort of the puzzling thing. I would say Lethal can probably take to the air even better. But if he stays within the Randy Savage mindset, will he allow himself to do that?
Certainly, you can't, however, argue with Savage's success over his career. Time world champion, back body drop by Black Machismo. Look out here. That block takeover, drop kick, that lethal combination. That's,
I was going to say, shades of J-Lethal out of Black Machismo.
He knows which arsenal to dig into when, and that's certainly going to help him as time goes on. Sweeney comes right back.
It looked like he didn't quite time that enziguri quite right, and Sweet and Sour just shook it off.
Sweeney has Machismo for the ride now into the opposite buckle, charges through with an elbow. Feeling pretty good about himself right now. Don't turn your back on Machismo. Super kick right on the money.
Good night, Sweet and Sour.
And no, Sweeney has some life left in him. Black Machismo not yet advancing to the semifinals. Winner of this matchup, I believe, will face Azrael and Sanjay Dutt, if I'm not mistaken.
Machismo looks like he's going to go fly.
We've already confirmed Hentai and Shiima Xion in the semifinals, plus so much more to come. Machismo went high risk. Sweeney able to shut him off. Look out here. Oh no. Elevated neck breaker. Nicely done. Sweeney digs deep into his offense here, 2-0. A move you might not see Larry Sweeney pull off every day.
No, he may have pulled that one out of the old sack of tricks just for Super Indy. Like he said, he has been changing up his training, changing up the cardio, doing a couple different reps. Maybe he's working on some different moves too.
And hopefully training for endurance. He hopes to go far here. Over the top, victory roll. Savage has used that before, but Sweeney put on the brakes and got him.
Here is your winner, and advancing to the semifinals, sweet and sour, Larry Sweeney.
And a great competition by both, Sweeney being the victor, and as I said, might pick to go all the way in Super Indy 6.
Mike Machismo's downfall is probably just what we're seeing here. He wrestled Randy Savage's strengths, but it sometimes may have ignored his own. The high-flying youngster from Elizabeth, New Jersey, J-Rocc, may have been able to go further in this tournament than the Nash-inspired Black Machismo. But Sweeney, respectful of J-Rocc and what he's accomplished and what he will accomplish. But Sweeney may accomplish the ultimate prize tonight. Sweeney, on his way to perhaps be taken very, very seriously. He's on his way to the semifinals of Super Indy 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is our final quarter-round match, scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing to you first, hailing from Bollywood, India, weighing at 185 pounds, Sanjay Dutt.
He is the original player from the Himalayas. Past Super Indy experience includes a meeting with CM Punk in Super Indy 3. Sanjay Dutt makes his return to IWC after a 3-year absence.
And his opponent weighs at 175 pounds, hails from Queens, New York. Please welcome Azrael.
He calls himself the good guy. Azrael, we've seen him once before in IWC, defeating Nobutaka Moribe in a qualifying round matchup. Of course, everybody earning their spot in this tournament tonight based on either qualifying matches or reputation. And Azrael certainly earned his keep, a show-stealing performance against Moribe at the beginning of the year.
Absolutely true story, Joe. And that's why the people listen to me. They like these little tidbits, that behind the curtain stuff that I like to talk about.
Oh.
Earlier, we're getting ready. I go into the locker room. Guy comes up to me, says hi. I say, hey, hi, I'm Jay Worthington Farnsworth, and, the pleasure's all yours. And here, I completely didn't recognize Azrael without the horns. It was Azrael. I had no idea.
Bell sounds, Bobby Williams is the official. Azrael, a major top star in the New York, New Jersey area, competes for Ring of Honor, competes overseas. A lot of major success in his career in recent times. A win here, much like it did for Delirious in the past, ensures him a lot more major big match situations here in the International Wrestling Cartel, one of the premier places to be in professional wrestling. But keep in mind, Sanjay Dutt, the original player from the Himalaya, one of the top stars of TNA's X division. But it's been 3 years since Sanjay Dutt has been in the International Wrestling Cartel. As he trips up Azrael and now goes into the side headlock break, chain wrestling and reversals. Sanjay Dutt would love a regular spot on this roster as well. No better way to do it than capture that championship.
And an impressive bridging hammerlock by Azrael on Sanjay Dutt. And I got to tell you, Sanjay Dutt, my pick to go all the way for Super Indy.
Now, wait a minute. Did you not say that about Shiima Xion earlier?
Well, no. You weren't. You clearly were not paying attention.
You cannot change your prediction as we go on here.
I have yet to change a prediction.
Especially when your first one's still alive. Leg trip by Sanjay has a leg grapevine on Azrael. These men competing for the future here. Very worthy, but it's all going to come down to the performance here tonight. We heard it straight from Azrael at Super Indy Spotlight, IWCWrestling.com. That's what he has in mind. He wants to take Super Indy to Japan, much like Super Hentai did in 2002. He wants to expand his horizons. And Sanjay Dutt, speaking with him over the past few months, definitely very eager to return to this part of the country to compete more. Sanjay Dutt, a very rare commodity in this area of the United States.
Absolutely, and if he ends up going the whole way, getting that Super Indy title as I have predicted, then we would get to see a lot more of Sanjay Dutt and a great building block, a great place to gain more exposure, more fame, more experience here at IWC.
Farnsworth, you can't really win the bet if you put money down on every horse.
I am picking who I think's going all the way. Who have you picked? I've yet to hear a prediction from you.
What?
Huh? Well,
That's a tough field.
Come on, dude. Put your money where your mouth is. Name someone.
I think I'd go with Hentai. Personal feelings aside, he's got that look in his eyes.
I absolutely agree with you. He's my pick to go all the way.
Oh, will you stop that? Sanjay Dutt, Azrael back and forth, center of the ring. Arm drag, Azrael step ahead, but Sanjay Dutt's out of the elbow drop. Great, fast-paced technical wrestling from both these individuals. Sanjay head of steam now. Mid-ring collision, both men are about the same in body weight. Azrael might have a slight advantage as far as that goes. Azrael going to charge in, but Sanjay outsmarts him and meets him.
Two of the fastest, lightest guys, not light necessarily as in weight, as in on their feet.
Lackadaisical cover, a little bit of sprinkler action from Sanjay Dutt at the behest of one of our fans here, near capacity crowd here at the storied famed Palisades, a building with a rich wrestling history. Bruno Sammartino has competed here in the distant past.
As a matter of fact, it was yesterday was the 36-year anniversary of Bruno defending the WWE title here.
Well, we could say WWF. There's no
WWW. What? Wait, what?
I'll fill you in later.
Thank you.
Sanjay sends Azrael for the ride. Azrael puts on the brakes. But Azrael goes in. Check this out. Too fast to call at this point. Scissors takeover by the good guy. Drops Sanjay with a backbreaker. Doesn't let him drop. Now drops him with a back suplex. The cover and only a count of one. They're even kicking out rapidly at this point.
Absolutely.
Full on adrenaline rush, but Azrael's momentum sent him into the second turnbuckle as Sanjay trips him up. Side Russian leg sweep, roll through into the cover, beautifully done, but again, only a count of one. Both these men have so much speed and so much endurance. We could be here while this, if any matches in the first round, this one could go to the 20-minute timer.
I mean, I don't think anyone was expecting a slow, plodding, Matt Classic style match here. I don't think we were going to see a lot of Matt grounded work, but still, they're going faster than we can even try and call.
Sanjay trying to take the more aggressive approach in this matchup.
15 minutes remain.
As we're 25% of the way home. As Sanjay Dutt now with the snap mare as in position for some more high risk. Sanjay gonna spring in, puts the brakes on, and just uses the heel, give him in the back of the head.
A nice little boot to the back of the head. Hey, whatever it takes. And everyone's clearing out.
Well, as they should. Sanjay a step ahead of these fans as well.
And now accepting the applause.
Sanjay mocking the capacity crowd here. Don't take your eyes off Azrael for a split second, or that might happen.
Oh, thumb to the eye. It's a great equalizer. Well, one of them.
Well, that's exactly right. Now Sanjay attempted to slow things down, moving in a very rapid feeling out process. Now Sanjay seems to have himself in a comfort zone. And check this out. A vertical camel clutch. Have you ever seen that before?
As a matter of fact, I have not.
Sanjay Dutt breaking out the innovation here. Beautifully done, great agility by the original Slayer from the Himalayas. But again, taking his eye off Azrael for just that split second is costing here. Azrael built up ahead of steam. Sanjay comes down, lateral press. Again, only one, says the referee on Azrael.
And as much as I like Sanjay's attitude here, you can't take your eye off of Azrael. We've seen what he can do. He has some of the more vicious moves that in pro wrestling. That South of Heaven is a horrible, horrible move to get hit with. You don't want to risk the chance of being on the receiving end of that.
That's a sick driver that Azrael perfects, but keep in mind Sanjay Dutt's offense as well. The Hindu press from the top rope. Sanjay's also master move that very few use, the Acai DDT invented by Ultimo Dragon.
True.
Quick cutter action there by Azrael takes Sanjay down. Both men looking to regroup their senses here. Could be a potential turning point. Sanjay up a hair quicker, but does not have enough to follow through. He's on wobbly legs right now as Azrael comes through with the right hand. The ride to Sanjay, clothesline. Sanjay up quickly and set right back down. Sanjay trying to keep moving, but continues to walk into Azrael's offense.
Azrael, he is his rhythm. He is on it. He is staying on top of Sanjay, not giving him another opportunity to take a cheap shot.
Tilt to roll into a senton, gets a near fall. Such a hard-fought matchup. And you know Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney, watching from somewhere in the locker room area, you know Sweeney is loving this. Whoever makes it to him in the second round will be anywhere near 100% as Azrael going to take a chance. High risk, look out! Azrael catches himself as Sanjay ducks out of the way. Sanjay, the back kick. Reversal. I'll check that out. Sanjay rolls through, springboard air, gets caught mid-air. Nowhere to go from the drop kick, takes the wind out of him. South of Heaven drops him. Azrael gets to now kick out. Sanjay Dutt kicking out, unbelievable. Sanjay still got fight in him.
He was able to kick out of that, but how much more gas is in the tank after getting dumped on the back of your head?
No doubt about that. Azrael now has this matchup firmly in his control. As Sanjay perks precariously, as Sanjay just continues to try to get some oxygen back in his system, but Azrael now mounts him for the high risk. On the second turnbuckle on the inside. Sanjay puts the brakes on. Oh, wait a second. Sanjay standing from the ring post. Sunset Matu, no!
And how did Azrael kick out of that? Oh!
Super kick for good measure. Sanjay, one of the most talented high flyers in the world today, with swan leg grace with a moonsault and almost had him. And Sanjay is shocked.
Sanjay's shocked, I'm shocked. Azrael not giving up the Super Indy hunt that easy. And I applaud him for it.
It's a long road to get here and an even longer road to get back. And Sanjay Dutt knows that better than anybody. The last time Sanjay was in this ring, it was the summer of 2004. And Sanjay head of steam, but Azrael shuts him down.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
We've seen it.
Double stomp, back of the head, cover, Sanjay's out.
Your winner and advancing to the semifinals, Azrael.
And what did I say about vicious offense and how you cannot let him hit it. A double stomp to the back of the head. Precisely why I said Azrael's going all the way in Super Indy 6.
High risk, high pace. Both men pushed each other to the limit. It's what Super Indy's all about. But Azrael just had a little bit more than the original plan for the Himalayas. Sanjay got Azrael advances to the semifinals. He'll go one-on-one with Larry Sweeney, meanwhile Hentai and Shiima Xion. But give it up to both men, J-Rocc and Farnsworth. Lightning fast encounter. Both men very, very impressive. I'd love to see them both back here in IWC on a regular basis. Win, lose, or draw rest of the night.
I would like to see this match again in IWC. It was impressive. It was a great physical display by both guys. And congratulations to Azrael for winning that one.
But as great and as trying and as grueling as it was, Azrael knows it's got to be another time or two. Definitely another 2 times if he's victorious and has that championship. More action still to come. Super Indy keeps on rolling.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following semi-final round match is Super Indy 6 tournament action scheduled for 1 fall with a 20-minute time limit. Weighing in at 175 pounds, welcome Hentai!
Well, after a very unique and unexpected first-round experience, Hentai comes into the semi-finals with more rage and determination than ever. Making quick work of Brother Runt in the quarterfinals, Hentai has gained momentum in his journey, his mission to two-peat as Super Indy tournament winner and champion.
He is also probably the freshest of the 4 in the tournament still. And that has to be a distinct advantage.
Also, this is Hentai's 4th Super Indy tournament. His opponent only on his 2nd. He's got the advantage in these types of high-pressure, big match situations.
His opponent weighs in at 170 pounds. He's from the Philippines, Shiima Xion.
Coming of age, tale for Shiima Xion goes on. Shima, not the same he was 2 years ago at Super Indy 4. Bigger, fatter, and better. But is he good enough to go all the way against the toughest field in independent professional wrestling?
What we have here is almost a clashing of generations. Despite the fact that there's not that much age between them, we're looking at the very beginning of IWC versus the future of IWC.
And Hentai, was someone who took Shiima Xion under his wing, schooled him, taught him, coached him, mentored him before the Unholy Alliance situation came about. Certainly, at one point, these two were very close, but at this point, it's all about competition. It's all about the Super Indy Championship. Keep in mind, as we mentioned earlier, Hentai won the first ever Super Indy in 2000. Some years ago, held that championship for 51 weeks. It took about 3 or 4 individuals committing outside interference for him to finally lose that championship. Shima tries to send Hentai in, reversal, duck on the clothesline. Shiima Xion now ducks behind Hentai, takes him down. Hentai couldn't follow Shima. Arm drag, great roll through, and Shiima Xion on top of Hentai in control, lateral press. Shoulders down, Hentai back to his feet quickly. A stark contrast to the beginning of Hentai's quarterfinal match.
And Shima is playing this exactly how he needs to. His key advantage to Hentai is speed. Hentai has the power, Hentai has the experience, Hentai has the viciousness. Shiima Xion's key advantage is going to be the speed and the quickness with which he can
Look out! Cross body, spreads his body weight out for maximum impact. Hentai goes high risk early in the semifinals. And Farnsworth, at what point in this tournament do you think that might be an ill-advised move, considering he's got to have, if he wins, one more match left in him?
Yeah, I don't know that I would have gone that high risk that quickly, but you know, I'm not Hentai. Hentai is the master of this game. No one knows this tournament better than the masked man in that ring.
Hell, he created this game.
And he just dropped Shiima Xion with a little bit of that aggression. I have no idea. He hit him in the back like he had a hammer in his hand.
Measures and buries him with a fist. Right to the side of the head. 2-0. CJ Sensation, the assigned official of this contest. Larry Sweeney versus Azrael is our other semifinal contest. Winner of that match meets winner of this match. Determine the new Super Indy champion, plus our prior champion, makes his final defense all on this broadcast. Hentai goes for a sunset flip. Shima with a counter, able to put on the brakes, but only gets 2.
And Shima, again, he's in this as quickly as possible. He is looking for the pin whenever he can find it. He is playing this smart. A stark contrast again to the Shima of 2 years ago who was in this tournament. He's not looking to take a fancy dive or impress the fans or shake a hand or kiss a baby. He's in there to win it, and he finally has his head where it needs to be.
Down here, duck of the clothesline. Both men down. Double clothesline, center ring. Quite a bit of damage done on each side. As you can see how the toll of the prior matches comes in so quickly and has its effect on both of these individuals. Mid-ring exchange. I give the advantage to Hentai here, but Shiima Xion sticking blow for blow. Actually getting the upper hand now with the chop. Shima. Hentai in hard, clothesline takedown. Measures in with the back elbow as well as Shiima Xion starts a bit of momentum here. Cover. Lateral press, 2 and no. And what a feather in the cap of Shiima Xion it would be to defeat his former mentor and to defeat the man considered maybe the best of all time at these Super Indy tournaments on his road to the gold. Oh! Inverted DDT. After blocking the Hentai kick, he gets 2.5. And Shiima Xion, you mentioned a moment ago, attempting to end this matchup early. He knows what's been taken out of him, and he knows what could be yet to come.
And another thing we haven't pointed out, we've talked about Hentai being the trainer of Shima. Likewise, Shima knows Hentai. He knows Super Hentai. He's seen these tricks that he has. He knows he's had some time to think about what he's going up against.
But how similar are Super Hentai and Hentai style? Same individual, completely different thought process. Shima up top, high risk attempt here. Hentai fights free.
Oh, this can't be good.
Oh no. From the second rope, shades of Destroy Smith, power slam.
5 minutes gone by, 15 minutes remaining.
And that's impact from at least 10 feet in the air. And now a cover, 2 and no. Shima still fighting through. Shima wants so badly for tonight to be his night after his past hellacious experiences in this building.
And Shima, for having gotten bigger, is still one of the smaller guys around here. And he just got put almost through the mat with that.
Wild swing, Shiima Xion not coming, face buster. Hentai has been knocked silly.
The VCG just put him out cold. This could be it.
Cover, 2 and no.
Reflexive kick out by Hentai. Don't lose your temper now, Shima. You're fighting this the way you need to.
Lost to Dust. He's put so many opponents away with this. Wait a second, Hentai counters. Oh no. Has it perched. Tombstone pile driver. Lateral press, hook of the leg. No, Shima kicked out.
And Hentai has to be kicking himself. He allowed himself a breath before the pin, and that gave Shima enough time to clear a cobweb out to get out. Uh-oh.
Look out.
You do not want to be laying there, Shima.
Up to the top and one, lingering this high, but nobody home. Shima had it countered. Now that is a staple of Hentai's offense, past, present, and future. Busted up, countered again by Hentai. Hentai saw how Ruckus got beat earlier in his lower spot. Hentai, great series of roll-throughs, covered out. I thought he had it.
Shima got a leg free. He didn't even get his shoulders free initially. He got a leg free and was able to kick his way off.
Hentai charges in, duck underneath. Mahistra, cradle, Shima Xion, pulls one out.
And advancing to the finals, Shiima Xion.
The future of fashion, Shiima Xion goes one more step to silencing his critics. Shima is victorious over who many, yours truly included, had pegged as the odds-on favorite Hentai.
Well, like I had said, clearly Shima the heads-on favorite for this. But still an impressive victory against Hentai.
Well, you're bound to be right in that assessment, Farnsworth, if you keep it up long enough.
You even said, I picked Shima, I picked Shima.
And there's something you don't see from Hentai very much, at least now in recent years, showing the respect.
Hey.
And also great showing of respect from promoter North Connors as well. Hentai, a great effort here in Super Indy 6, but Shiima Xion may come of age tonight.
Semi-final round action continues with this following contest scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, weighing in at 193 pounds from Redondo Beach, California, sweet and sour, Larry Sweeney.
Larry Sweeney's about more than just flash, more than ego, more than charisma, more than the attire he wears. To borrow a phrase you used earlier, Mr. Farnsworth, he has the sizzle and the steak, and it's made it to the semifinals so far. Could take him a little further as well.
Well, like I said, clearly the odds-on favorite to win this. But he has a huge opponent in front of him.
What a flip-flopper you are.
His opponent hails from Queens, New York, weighs in at 175 pounds,
Azrael just got over a very trying, grueling victory over Sanjay Dutt. Larry Sweeney did not have an easy time with Black Machismo J-Lethal either. I keep this in mind, Farnsworth. You only had what? A half hour or so, 40 minutes? These two had to wrestle last?
Yeah, you gotta figure. Larry Sweeney, technically the pressure man right now.
You have to think so. He's had about 10 or 15 minutes longer to rest than the self-proclaimed good guy, Azrael. Sweeney might be best advised to take the fight to Azrael quick here.
And I gotta say, I like the tights on the Sweet and Sour one, showing off that Texarkana heritage that he, and title that he defends with every match in a way.
Well, Sweeney with a far greater prize on the forefront of his mind this evening, the Super Indy Championship. Only a very select few have captured it. Sweeney could be a very bold addition to that list. And Azrael very hesitant and tentative about locking horns with Sweeney, no pun intended, before he's examined.
There might have been a pun there, Jeff. There might have been a pun.
I'd like to take credit for it, but maybe not.
And can you blame Azrael?
Not at all. We've seen Sweeney hide silverware, multi-feet-long chains.
I was going to say, I know I saw a chain hanging out of somewhere.
At least we hope it was a chain.
God, Lord.
Those sounds were underway. Should be very interesting to see how these two men's strategies differ in the semifinals from the quarterfinals. Extended time limit in the semifinals as well. Have to wait for a announcement from Chuck Roberts for an exact time. I believe it'd be somewhere along the lines of 30 minutes. Certainly plenty of time for these men to work with.
And you have to figure neither of them are looking to just grab a headlock and go. Both are, conserving their energy, looking to the future. One of them has to face the future of IWC, Shiima Xion, the Virgin Killer, Virgin Slayer, I should say. My apologies, Shima.
You're trying to accuse him of. But I'll tell you this: someone may be wanting to change the future before we get there here. Whoever wins this matchup can have their hands full with Shiima Xion, but I'm sure they would take offense to us already referring to Shima as the future. But if I'm Shiima Xion watching this right now, what are you thinking? I mean, you have two very, very different athletes in the ring, and either one of them is a 50-50 chance of Shima facing.
Well, if I'm Shima, then I'm trying to figure out which one left their water bottle up there, and I'm going to drop something in it.
That is not how the Super Indy tournament combatants think. Even Hentai was showing respect out here, and you still won't?
I have plenty of respect. I have respect for that title, and I'd do whatever it took to get it. And if that involves dropping a Mickey Finn and a bottle of Aquafina, then by God, I'll do it.
That's why you're sitting over here. I don't think they let you 5 feet from that ring. Sweeney takes Azrael off his feet in the early going. I think both men are just trying to slowly warm themselves back up here and get back into the competitive mindset. They had about a half hour to wind down before this matchup, but they're right back into the thick of things. And really, every round the competition keeps on growing and growing, and certainly that's what we're seeing here with Sweeney and Azrael, as Azrael now controls the left arm of Larry Sweeney.
You got to figure this is sort of not quite the game that Azrael normally plays. Azrael known for a little more of the quick energy, the high flying, the keep them on their toes. You don't see him working on them for that long too often. So maybe trying to confuse Larry Sweeney, play a different game, maybe mess up his planning, all that cardio for nothing.
Drop toe to counter the hammerlock. Azrael is looking for increased exposure and to hit a whole new level in his career here tonight. Larry Sweeney is looking for increased credibility and a whole new respect here tonight. Which man, if any, will realize their goal in this broadcast? Right now it's Azrael with a modified STF on Larry Sweeney. Certainly not going to get a submission this early, but you are going to wear the man down. And in a tournament where stamina is key, these wear down holds are more and more essential compared to a usual match.
Absolutely. It's essentially, they've already sat through how many wear down holds, and now it just makes each one you apply a little more effective. Not as effective as a Mickey Finn and a bottle of Aquafina.
Oh, get off of that. Nobody's going to be doing anything with a Mickey. Sweeney lets Azrael's momentum take Azrael to the outside, and Sweeney buys himself a breather and a break from the grasp of the good guy. And Azrael a bit frustrated.
And the crowd back there seems to definitely be on the side of the sweet and sour one. So, smart move by Azrael, get to a side that maybe likes him a little better.
Sweeney was going for a tie-up. Azrael outsmarted him, ducked under with the knee. As both men not only trying to regain their win, but also wrestling a lot smarter, maybe more defensively than in the quarterfinal round. We saw Azrael go all out high risk with Sanjay. Now that he's made it through Sanjay, he does not really want to take a high risk at this point. Wants to preserve himself. Does not want to crash and burn. Both these men are so good in the finals, they can proverbially almost taste it. As Azrael springs in with the helo. Azrael cover 2, and that'll only be a count of 2. Much like his opposition in the qualifying round, Nobutaka Moribe, there are shades of Eddie Guerrero's offense and influence in Azrael's style.
Absolutely. And We're also, you can also see not only the quickness, not only the influence, but a certain level of the attitude at times, especially when Azrael feels the need to turn it up and get a little vicious, as Eddie was wont to do on occasion.
Sweeney gets hit right in the face. Great suplex, float over, auto crash, 2 and no. One thing about Larry Sweeney, he's gutsy, he's resilient. He won't give up. He'll sometimes take the road less traveled. He'll sometimes look for the shortcut. But Larry Sweeney's not going to cut and run.
I was just going to mention in your interview, Super Indy 6 pre-interview with him, he had mentioned he had changed up his training somewhat.
Cover here, 2 and no.
And it should be pointed out, Larry Sweeney, for all the glitz, the glamour, he's
5 minutes gone by, 15 minutes remain.
Thank you, Chuck. For wanting to be respected as a wrestler, he has a great level of conditioning.
Oh, another near fall. That's very true. I'll tell you this, Larry Sweeney has chosen to play the game of power in this matchup. He knows he cannot match speed with a lot of these individuals, like Shima, Azrael, Sanjay, etc. But certainly strength could be a game here. Sweeney is thicker than a lot of these individuals. He's smarter than a lot of these individuals. And it's a very sound plan to train for that type of game plan. But Azrael now continuing to wear Sweeney down, as Sweeney not going to be able to use much power when he's on his rear end.
And you have to figure Sweeney wasn't counting on wrestling this kind of match against Azrael. This has to have thrown his whole game plan off. He had to be figuring, how do I counter the high flying, the double stomp to the back of the head type offense. And now he keeps getting grounded and pounded, for lack of a better term.
That's that human game of chess you hear so much about. Both men want to be X amount of steps ahead of the other, and there's just no telling what direction things will go, especially when both men, all 8 men really, are so psychologically prepared for what's to come. As Sweeney hits a gourd buster, creates some distance. Sweeney trying to get the momentum, the second burst of adrenaline, or maybe he's on his third by now. Sweeney blocks the shots, hammers away. Sweeney, with a serious approach to this contest, to this tournament, is unloading on Azrael.
We are not seeing Sweeney ask how good he looks. We're not seeing the preening, the primping. We're seeing him take care of business.
Sweeney is on a mission more so than he's been in the nearly 2 years that he has been in this company. And the straps come down. Sweeney means business.
It's never good when the straps come down, Jeff.
Indeed, it is not. Did you just say Sweeney flex? Fisherman suplex with a branch, 2 and no.
Shades of Kurt Hennig.
Well, I guess now it's the Sweeney flex.
I'd say not even shades. I'd say pretty much Kurt Hennig.
That's a hell of a compliment. Spine buster. Into the cover again, Sweeney. Near fall.
At 2 o'clock, at the 2 count is what I meant to say. Don't confuse me, Joe.
I'm trying.
There was no motion out of Azrael. I thought that might have been the finish. And then showing a little quickness all of a sudden out of that vertical press, or horizontal press.
Suplex, Azrael counters this time. 1 foot right to the upper body. Not pretty, but effective. Sends Sweet and Sour down. Hard slam. Azrael can go high risk here. Playing to his strength.
We saw him slap the chest. Could he be going frog splash?
Shades of Eddie Guerrero.
And did you see the impact he got on that? He curled up as tight as I've seen someone and just exploded into Larry Sweeney on that.
And did you see the exacerbation on the face of Azrael? And listen to this crowd come alive for Sweet and Sour. Pile driver. Sweeney going up top. Look out here. Sweeney specially buries the elbow. Cover. Larry, he's in the finals. continues to rise as the night goes on. Larry Sweeney could culminate his destiny in IWC, could capture his first IWC championship in just a matter of moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is our special last chance Super Indy Elimination Scramble. In this contest, any man can tag any man at any time. And now here are the participants.
Troy Lawrence had the option to pick any match he wanted to for his final Super Indy title defense.
Fans, this next contest will be for the IWC Super Indy Championship. Introducing first, the Hells Canyon, Idaho, weighing in at 172 pounds, Jason Goldring.
Troy Lawrence decided that if he only had one last title defense in this reign, it would be against the absolute best. 3 individuals who qualified, attempted to qualify for Super Indy 6, but came up short. Given another opportunity tonight, that's what we call it, second chance Super Indy Scramble.
From Erie, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 200 pounds, fabulous John McChesney.
John McChesney displayed a surlier than normal attitude in these past 7 months, as evidence there. Upset and frustrated over not being able to defeat Troy Lawrence to regain the Super Indy Championship. McChesney has turned frustrated and bitter, and we are seeing a meaner, more determined John McChesney in these past 7 months. Very upset that Super Indy Championship is not his. Meanwhile, Jason Goldring attempted to qualify, but was defeated by Hentai. The on-edge individual who has earned a cult-like fan following over the past year or so. And now perhaps the gutsiest, most risk-taking Super Indy champion we've ever had. Some months ago, and has defended against any and all challenges ever since. No matter how big or small, no matter what style, no matter what amount of help Troy Lawrence was in, Lawrence always pushed himself to the limit and beyond. He's one of the most gutsiest champions of all time. Tonight is the final defense. Whoever wins this championship will win the title, but they'll surrender it to the tournament winner at the end of the night. But whoever comes out from these 4 as the victor is right in line as the #1 contender after Super Indy 6, you've got to believe. And Eric Young he's looking for friends.
Yeah, or I don't know. I don't know what Eric Young's doing.
I don't think a lot of people do. Young doesn't have his back up here, doesn't have Uncle Jeff Jarrett watching his back. And that's only going to make him even more jittery.
And does it say P on the back of his trunks? Bottom right quadrant there?
Interesting.
What? And Eric Young crossing his fingers and hiding it while giving a thumbs up to Fab. I think he may be trying to play his own set of mind games.
Eric Young's just desperate for an ally at this point, looking at the crowd, seeing if they're on the level, so to speak. And bell sounds were underway.
And we got two guys in the ring, so I guess it starts with Gory and Balls hot.
Apparently, or is someone taking and calling them balls out for Lord. That's as far as he'll go to keep that title. He values that championship more than his health, more than his career, maybe more than his life itself. A great takedown of Jason Gory. Quick cover here for Gambino. Second chance Super Indy scramble, as I mentioned. All three men attempted to qualify for Super Indy. Gory and Eric Young were defeated in qualifying matchups. Meanwhile, McChesney had his spot forcibly taken from him thanks to unsportsmanlike conduct shown towards a member of our staff.
You know, I understand the decision. I understand why. All I'm saying is, if after that someone was gonna make fun of me in the ring, some ham and egger running the sound, I don't blame him for slapping the taste out of his mouth.
Whether our sound technician had just cause or not, it was still uncalled for, to say the least. As Lawrence is in a side headlock right now. Jason Gory would love to capture the Super Indy Championship with his babyface fire tag team partner Shiima Xion on the road to the Super Indy Finals tonight. Can you imagine what would happen if Jason Gory and Shiima Xion ended up fighting it out for the Super Indy titles on the line?
I was about to say, what kind of rift could there be tonight if Jason Gory has to give the title to Shiima Xion?
That would be definitely a major, well, at the very least, an awkward situation, if not a major rift cause. And Gory has that opportunity. John McChesney has been there 3 times before. Gory has held tag gold before. Lord, the current Super Indy champion, held the tag title a couple times as well. And Eric Young, maybe he has not had IWC gold thus far, but very well decorated, former one-half of the NWA World Tag Team.
And right now, everyone seems to be chanting his name, and he recognizes that. He's a spunky little labradoodle, ain't he?
Gory tags in Showtime Eric Young, who's finally, thanks to these fans here, gained enough confidence. And the crowd chanting for Eric Young, let's go EY.
Is that what they were saying?
I think Eric Young was looking for the crowd.
Apparently, having lost this crowd that used to love him some short months ago.
That's right.
The new attitude, apparently they don't like the fact that he stuck up for himself.
Eric Young was looking for some crowd support there. Tried it with Troy Lords, couldn't get it. Tried it with John McChesney armor. And Eric Young, what in the blue hell is he doing?
Taking off.
Crisscross actually took Lords a little bit to get EY out.
Troy Lords will play along, apparently.
Leapfrog by Eric Young into an arm drag takeover. Eric Young, very unconventional, but hey, it works for him. In the arm of Troy Lords. Lords has been through so much pain and hardship on his road to gaining and defending the Super Indy title. From the last man standing match with Hentai, to the repeated knee injuries, to the problems with John McChesney. Lords has fought through it all. Now Eric Young takes the leg from underneath Troy Lords. Cover attempt. Lords quickly up to his feet. And underneath that jittery outward is a very, very good wrestler. Let's not lose sight of that.
You saw the smile on his face when the fans were willing to boo and whatnot and cheer. I think he just likes. He's a happy kind of guy, despite the jitteriness.
McChesney interrupting that fall a moment ago. Eric Young feeds off of this crowd. He doesn't trust anybody in the ring, doesn't trust anybody in the locker room. In his eyes, his only true friends are these fans. And as long as they're by his side, as long as they're behind him, Eric Young really does not know a lot of fear.
That was a tag. He just gave him a high five.
And he's going to send him in the hard way. And Lawrence makes it even worse. Tag back into Eric Young. And McChesney, decidedly the most unpopular of the four in this matchup, being worked over by pretty much
5 minutes gone by, 15 minutes remain.
By all individuals in this matchup, and with a 20-minute time limit, these four men are going to have to work fast, one fall in the fifth. Rowe with the drop kick. Hard right to McChesney. Rowe and McChesney have encountered each other before as well. Look at the clothesline, and Rory brings off these satellite entrances.
A great clothesline there, but he hit that satellite head scissors. He snapped it so far he landed in a seated position. You don't see that too often. Ooh.
Crossbody attempt, McChesney sidesteps it, and shades of low-key slash senshi with the pose after the vaulting drop kick into the corner. McChesney and Low-Key still have unfinished business that they're going to have to tend to down the line.
And both men in the ring know Low-Key all too well. Jason Gory is no stranger to the beating that Low-Key can dish out, as we saw at Super Indy.
Super Indy 4. Much like Shiima Xion, Jason Gory hoping to come full circle here and realize a new level of his career here tonight at the historic McKeesport Palace. Northern Light suplex with a bridge to end note. John McChesney, there you see the more aggressive style we did not see from the Fabulous One in the past. Cover to end note. McChesney none too pleased that he was not able to score the pinfall victory.
And he is just pulling back on his arms and just hurting Gory. Plus, makes it a lot harder to breathe. Which Gory, he always tries to capitalize on that speed and on his ability to counter and get in and out quick. Take away the man's breath, that gets severely hampered.
Near fall situation. Jason Gory able to get up. John McChesney has Gory on his shoulders. Could be TKO time here. No. Oh, just dumps him hard. All the way to the outside. Shot for Lords as well. John McChesney starting to, wait a second, from behind Eric Young. McChesney just realizes he left out one man in the equation. Should he give it to him?
And Eric Young's considering it.
Oh, now McChesney wants to be Eric Young's friend. Don't manipulate this kid. Don't sucker him in. Eric Young didn't fall for it. Manhattan drop, twisting clothesline. And Eric Young with an explosion of offense. Power slam, cover. Does he have two and no?
He's not the legal man. How is he making a cover?
That's a good question.
What is CJ Sensation doing? I question his partiality.
CJ's lost all track. Eric Young up and over, balances himself, and now able to climb to the top. Meets McChesney, look out here. And Eric Young plays the elbow into the heart. Cover, two and no. And Eric Young showing frustration now. Jason Gory still on the outside for that hellacious drop. And McChesney, feet on the ropes.
he almost got away with it too.
Thankfully, CJ Sensation detected Troy Lord's alerting Sensation as well. Troy Lord doesn't want to see his last Super Indy title defense end that way. And now it's Lords and Eric Young. Lords goes up, crucifix position. Look out. Inverted DDT counters the counter of Eric Young.
Troy Lord's heading north. McChesney following him.
Lord's lower back bounced off the apron. More high. McChesney springs in with a drop kick. Eric Young's body flies across the ring. Cover. McChesney just got it.
Eric Young is eliminated.
Eric Young, the first one gone.
10 minutes gone by, 10 minutes remain.
And McChesney got 10 minutes to work with here. Got to get 2 more guys out of this thing. And knocking Eric Young on the way out.
Good Lord, he hit him with a drop kick so hard he practically bounced him out of the venue. Now it's easy pickings. Everyone else is laying on the floor. Roll them in, pin them.
Troy Lord still favoring that lower back that hit the edge of that ring apron where metal meets wood, and John McChesney now having his way, the current Super Indy champion, but Lords battles through. Hard series of knife edge. Back and forth. Both men are heavy hitters, but I don't know if there's a heavier hitter out there than John McChesney. Measures him, super kick countered.
Oh, one to the back. That's just vicious.
Lord, sit out. Slam, 2 and no. Almost a variation of the Blue Thunder Bomb, but McChesney escapes.
And Eric Young's still wandering around the outside of the ring.
Eric Young very upset that he was eliminated, and he just took John McChesney's ring jacket, and he's leaving the place with it.
I think that's what he wanted all along. It looks good on him.
Well,
look at the smile on his face.
He's happy now, but we got serious business inside the ring as Eric Young has stolen McChesney's property. Elevated backbreaker on Troy Lords. McChesney with a cover, 2 and no. Lords kicks out. That's another John McChesney specialty we've seen in recent months. Jason Gorey now finally just beginning to stir on the outside. McChesney looking to put Lords away. Fireman's carry. TKO time. No Lords. Crucifix. Has him. No. McChesney turns around with the rope. Come on, Ralph. Right in front of him, grabbing the rope. McChesney.
Troy Lords is eliminated.
McChesney happy with himself that he got away with it, and God bless him for doing it. I love Troy Lords like a brother, but if McChesney can get away with that shortcut, then he should. And Troy Lords has to be livid that he's lost his title.
All the sacrifice, all the hardship from Troy Lords, and it comes down to a hand on the rope to beat it.
And that's all it takes sometimes.
Lords has got to be disheartened. Shiima Xion in the corner. Right now, we're going to crown a new Super Indy champion, though. Lords is upset. But Lords wants Gorey victorious. Does he have 3? No.
Oh, the back of McChesney's head just bounced off that bottom turnbuckle. The fact that he's up as much as he is impressive.
Gorey charging through, but how much left is it Jason Gorey after that spill to the outside? It's been easy pickings for McChesney the last several minutes. Springs over, connects to the leg drop, beautifully done.
And Gorey was full flush over those ropes, nothing to protect him.
That's the cover, 2, that's gonna, no. Gorey still kicks out.
Wasn't so much a kick, almost as a twist. He didn't even have enough to kick out.
And John McChesney may be just a second or 2 away from capturing his 4th IWC Super Indy Championship. He had to go through 3 men to do it. Questionable means, but he may be en route to becoming champion for an unprecedented 4th time. Low-key like knife edge chops in the corner to Jason Gorey, and he has certainly felt those in this building.
He's felt him before, and to be honest, he's probably felt him a little harder. I got to give the chalk contest a low key.
Well, I think it's about even as far as McChesney and Key go, but Snake Eyes into the corner, and now McChesney wants to finish him up.
Up under the electric chair position.
He's going to drive him down. No. Corey keeps the leverage. Rolls it over. Jason Corey up the ring. Corey won it. McChesney again is not champion.
IWC Super Indy champion, Jason Corey.
McChesney did everything he could. Took every shortcut. Pulled every rope in order to get the fourth Super Indy title that he craves, that he needs so badly. But Jason Corey was a step quicker. And again, McChesney is watching what used to be his belt slip through his finger.
And Fabulous is livid. For a second, I thought he was leaving.
John McChesney, so irate. The competition keeps getting tougher. And McChesney complaining to management, complaining to anyone who will listen. With his sour grapes aside, taking the moment, Jason Corey, for a short while at least, to the Super Indy champion. Your name gets added to the record book. Jason Corey has arrived as a single star.
Congratulations to Jason Corey.
And ironically enough, he's done it before. His partner Shiima Xion attempted to tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, last month at the Courtime Sports Center, we introduced it, and we would like to introduce the brand new IWC Championship belt, and we've got you great fans to thank for it.
Look at that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following triple threat match is one half of our double main event. It's scheduled for one fall with the 60-minute time limit, and it is for the IWC Championship.
Stephen Coulter, Sebastian Dark are entering the building from the entrance. What do they do in here? They should not be a Super Indy. We knew there was something brewing all these months when Coulter kept showing up, and now he's got company with him, Sebastian Dark.
Introducing first challenger number 1, hailing from Tulsa, Oklahoma, weighing in at 240 pounds, the shooter,
Brent Albright beat Sterling James Keenan to end Sterling's road to the title, thanks to intervening from promoter Norm Connors. Connors was told, apparently, by his most loyal employee, Dennis Gregory, that Sterling was planning on putting Dark and Coulter and the Unholy Alliance back to the company. As a result, Connors made a tough decision, but did what he felt he had to, as questionable as it may be, and he fired Sterling. But if Sterling was the new leader of the Alliance, and he's been eliminated, why are Dark and Coulter here?
Okay. We all know how I feel about this.
challenger number 2, weighs in at 222 pounds. He is the 3-time IWC champion, Dennis Gregory.
When Dean Madford wrestled his final IWC match last month, promoter Norm Connors talked about loyalty, talked about respect, talked about paying respect to those who have helped to create an opportunity for you. Nobody has been a more loyal employee to Norm Connors over the years than Dennis Gregory. As a result of that, and him tipping Norm off over the supposed Sterling Unholy Alliance, even though Sterling denies it through and through, Gregory was granted this title shot for a belt he never lost last year.
And introducing the reigning IWC champion,
Ricky Reyes has been on a path of dominance since winning the title last September. He has beaten Brent Albright on more than one occasion, in addition to several others. But Reyes right now is looking at his hardest test. He's looking at the two unquestionably top contenders for his championship, and two men who are are very worthy and very determined to leave wearing that gold.
Now, Denny's comes straight out of the new IWC entranceway, which looks a lot like the old IWC entranceway.
Because it's not a new entranceway, but Albright goes for the crowbar right away. He tried to finish this match before we had a bell.
Misinformation, the mountain of misinformation that is Chuck Roberts.
Chuck can't have 100% accuracy. Mid-ring slugfest from Reyes and Albright, while Gregory, the veteran of some 14, 15 plus years, is on the outside picking his spot, watching Reyes and Albright renew a rivalry that we saw enraged at the beginning of this year. And now Reyes goes to that lethal dragon sleeper, body scissors lock. We're gonna have a quick tap out. No.
Now we discussed, last event over the actions of Norm Connors, I laughed. And what is going on here is still a farce. However, I was reminded that I am contractually obligated to so many shows throughout the remainder of my contract. So I, as a good businessman, am here.
Yeah.
However, I am not going to sit here and kowtow and say, everything's
sleeper, body scissors again. Reyes goes for the end, but Albright with a sharp boot to the head.
And I just have to question how someone, you want to talk about loyalty, you want to talk about respect. Where was the respect that Norm Connors showed Sterling James Keenan?
I'll agree with you. It was uncalled for. He should not have taken means that far, especially in a championship match. I don't agree with what Norm Connors did, but you have to sympathize with him somewhat that he has to protect his company. He had someone who was not loyal to him in his eyes, who had quit on him the year before, and someone who was allegedly going to bring back the individuals that tried more than anything to put Norm Connors out of business. Connors made a preemptive strike. Good decision, bad decision. It was his decision to protect his company, and like it or not, we've got to move on. These are the three men vying for the IWC title, and as deserving as Sterling is, I'll admit he deserves a title shot. You can't discredit anybody fighting it throughout this building right now. I'm going to bring this point up. What proof did Norm Connors have with Sterling James Keenan? Well, what proof? He was told by Dennis Gregory, and Dennis Gregory has worked for Norm Connors longer than any of us.
Well, I'll respect you saying he based it on loyalty. That's a fine thing to take an investigation. That's a fine thing to even say, fine, don't come back. But to do what he did to Sterling James Keenan, well, that was complete, and that showed a lack of respect.
Very questionable, but keep in mind the evidence he had. Hentai kept getting involved, kept attacking Dennis Gregory, and conveniently, that seemed to help Sterling James Keenan. The evidence was there, dear God. Dennis Gregory sent thrown across our merchandise tables, right across our Digital Horizons DVD counter. And you can see the heightened sense of alert all three of these men are on, surrounding the IWC title.
I didn't get to see who sent them. I'm guessing Brent Albright, based upon the savageness that he's walking around with.
We apologize for the lack of view that we currently have. I'm sure Digital Horizons, DHvideos.com, giving you a great in-depth look. We got about 200 heads in our way on that far corner. Our monitors are out, Farnsworth. It's carnage around here.
It has been madness from the get-go.
And Reyes and Albright are beating the holy hell out of each other, and Gregory is choking Reyes. This is not resembling a heavyweight title match so much as it is a bar fight.
And every time I see Reyes get an advantage over one, the other comes and helps. It was Albright helping out It was Albright helping out Gregory helping out Albright in this situation. And we have to wonder what kind of a team they formed as of last month when we saw Albright and Denny Gregory working together.
Well, Gregory did get involved in the Sterling Albright championship matchup, but whether he was just trying to send a message to Sterling or whether him and Albright had some type of other motives, we can't be sure. I did not believe Albright to be involved in that situation, but you never know anymore, as Gregory is now being choked by Reyes.
Well, what we have here is an allegation, and maybe Norm wants to go and fire him now.
Well,
in the middle of the match.
Norm Connors made some tough decisions, but right or wrong, it is his company, it's his prerogative, as Albright, Reyes, and Gregory are just all over this hardwood floor, just scrapping and clawing at each other. Gregory has an ankle, Albright.
And right now, regardless of whether or not the team goes any further or had any more planning, right now, both Gregory and Dennis Albright are working as a team to make sure that Ricky Reyes doesn't walk out of here champion.
5 minutes gone by, 55 minutes remain.
Albright looking for some toys. Stack of chairs. How many does he have?
That's a good dozen or so, right in front of where Reyes was laying.
He's got to have 10 or 15 chairs. Oh no. Has Reyes over his shoulder. Reyes trying to fight through.
He pushes him off.
And Albright collides with Gregory into more chairs.
It is mayhem on the floor right now.
A sharp contrast. Oh God, suplex attempt. Can he get him up? All the chairs are right there. Albright got suplexed. We got 15 hard, solid steel chairs, back bent across each and every one.
And Denny Gregory quickly jumping into the pile, getting into the ring. Oh Lord, no.
Gregory's a veteran. He's a 3-time heavyweight champion. 15 plus years in the business. Wow! And nobody was home, I don't think. Gregory, no water in the pool, collided with steel.
Shin first into how many plates and bars of steel?
Bodies laying all over the Machismo Palisades. The most watched live event of the IWC calendar year exploded into utter chaos, and all three men would love to capture or retain the gold, this newly created IWC belt on the largest stage of the company in this year. And referee Bobby Williams has no clue what to do.
And really, at this point, technically, the whole match should be thrown out. They haven't been in the ring for 10 minutes.
All three bodies are down and barely moving at this point. Chuck Roberts, what do you make of this? The most chaotic title match we may have ever seen.
I was just going to come over here and say that, Joe. I have never seen a more hotly contested IWC Championship match. Certainly in quite some time. We're not used to seeing Ricky Reyes in a predicament like this. Action is usually in the center of the ring, but you had to know when Brent Albright was thrown in at the last minute to make it a triple threat that it was going to be bedlam and pandemonium like we're seeing now.
Absolutely. The Gregory Albright alliance short-lived, Mr. Farnsworth. As you see, they have turned on each other. As we hit crunch time in this matchup, either man is susceptible to a pinfall at any point.
And I don't even see where Reyes is at this point. There he is.
Reyes finally
pulling himself out of all those chairs, making his way to the ring.
Well, guys, I didn't want to steal your thunder. I try to stop in at every Super Indy and just put kind of my seal of approval. Without a shadow of a doubt, what we've seen so far, I think this one is going to go down. It's perhaps the best of all time. But I'm going to get back to my seat because I'd like to see who's going to walk away with the title. Thank you, guys.
All right. Our pleasure, Chuck. As always, have you join us as this matchup. Now back into the ring. We got to settle down and regroup here for a moment.
What a suck-up that Chuck Roberts is.
You're no stranger to forcing compliments on it. Boy, there's a 2 count.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
And Albright is in big trouble here. Albright may look out. Yeah, he has been. He's busted wide open. Mid-ring collision. I think Gregory got the worst of that. Albright has more body weight than Dennis Gregory. Gregory almost dropped on his head with that double clothesline. And Reyes still trying to fight back into the ring.
And Reyes almost, in a way, right now has the advantage in that he's the closest to standing. Oh, well, he was.
All three men have had so much taken out of them. All three men have hit, if not those chairs, at the very least this wooden floor. place. Can't tell exactly where on Albright's face. It might be around the right eye.
I was going to say, looks like right over that right eyebrow.
Cover 2 and no.
Albright couldn't even make an attempt at stopping that pin.
Reyes fighting gallantly here to retain his championship and wear that newly crowned belt. Fisherman suplex with a bridge 2 and no. Albright wants to make it the third time the charm here in terms of competing for the heavyweight championship. Reyes. Great bridge. Might have had
10 minutes gone by, 50 minutes remain.
Reyes has the most dominant chancery swinging neck breaker. Nicely done, but there's the problem with these triple threat matches. Anytime you get one opponent down, there's usually another one right there to intervene.
You never have enough hands, enough feet, enough punches to the mummy daddy button to slow everyone down.
Albright and Reyes exchanging hard rights onto Gregory. Gregory was nowhere to go here, just happens to be caught up in the middle of a very ugly situation. Close, quickly ducks. Reyes takes down Albright, but I'm sure he's not going to lose any sleep over it.
No. I think as long as he connected with someone and it wasn't Bobby Williams there.
What?
I'm sorry, did I get that wrong?
No, congratulations, Mr. Farnsworth. You're paying attention this Super Indy.
I've been paying attention the whole Super Indy. Oh, this makes me nervous.
Well, wait a second. Albright in. Double sunset flip, for lack of a better term. Gregory tried to hang on to the ropes, could not. All that power of Albright behind it.
Almost a sunset flip German suplex.
And now Albright has both men down. Perfect opportunity here if he can to put away either Reyes or Gregory, with the other one at the very least dazed. And that may be what we're seeing. Albright has Reyes perched on the top turnbuckle. Reyes goes to the eyes. Watch out for Dennis Gregory, however. Right behind the action, has trouble standing. You can't keep your eye off of any of these three men. Albright trying to head up top. Gregory puts an end to that. Oh no. Gregory trying to muscle Albright down. Albright's got Reyes. Tower of Doom. Tower of Doom. Gregory's on top. No. Gregory, half a second away from recapturing the title that he never, ever lost. And same thing with Reyes, the title that was taken from him. Thanks to Stephen Coulter of the Unholy Alliance and his complaints to the commission. The title that Gregory fought for months to keep away from the Unholy Alliance.
Oh, stop.
Almost back in his possession.
The title that he stabbed a man to get.
He had the title before he stabbed a man.
He stabbed a man in the eye, and that's why he lost his title.
Not ethical, but certainly in a series of desperate times. You Reyes, over suplex, Albright, right back up with a clothesline. And Gregory, straight to the temple with the super kick. And Reyes comes back with a knee. All three of these men putting through whatever they have left in their system here, digging down very, very deep for the will to become the champion.
Yeah, the fact that any of these guys are still competing after what happened out on the floor is amazing. The fact that it's gone this long is amazing. After that fact. It shows just how much all three of these want that new belt.
Albright found his way on the outside for some comfort in the ring against Gregory and Reyes. Gregory takes him up. He's going to drop him face first. Reyes turns around midair. Tornado DDT. Covered. No. Gregory kicks out.
And Albright can't even get back into the ring. He is out cold on the floor.
Oh, he is spent at this point. Albright barely moving.
Breathing heavily.
Reyes will increase his legacy. Gregory could perhaps become a four-time champion. Albright could perhaps get his first taste of IWC gold if he can get back into the ring. But right now, it's down to Gregory Reyes. Dragon sleep, body scissors. It's tap out or pass out. Reyes has a list of victims a mile long, many of whom he's made tap out in IWC. I don't know if he has the sleeper on all the way. Gregory's fighting it, fighting the grabs. The body scissors is locked, but Albright pulled the referee to the outside.
And he's tapping! He's tapping!
Reyes has this title retained. And Albright just pushed the referee into the ring post, and he hit the floor.
And what the hell is going on?
Albright's getting desperate. Brent Albright snapped. He's failed twice to win this title. He couldn't bear to see it happen a third time, and the edge of that chair just caught Reyes around the jaw.
You see what you did to me? I want to do the same thing to you!
Brent Albright snapped. Brent Albright has snapped. He sits in the chair. Nowhere for Gregory to run. Nowhere for Gregory to run. Doesn't see it coming. Albright nailed Reyes.
He just waffled Reyes.
What?
And now we see what's going on.
Albright just handed the title to Gregory.
What did I say? What did I say about collusion?
What is this? Why would Albright relinquish an opportunity at the heavyweight title? And Gregory plants him face first. Cover. He's calling for the referee.
Oh, and look who's here to count it.
DJ Sensation. He counts to 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and for the fourth time, he is the IWC champion, Dennis Gregory.
So this is what's good for IWC, handing someone a title.
Well,
well. Norm Connors made his bed. Norm Connors can goddamn lie in it. This is what happens.
I certainly did not expect this turn of events for Brent Albright to give away his title opportunity to give it to Dennis Gregory. Why would he do that? He earned the title shot by defeating Sterling James Keenan. Albright fought for months against Reyes to win that belt. Why has Albright done this?
That's right, Norm. It was me. It was me. It was Gregory.
Him what?
I'm undefeated in three-way dances for a heavyweight title in this building. I've now won that heavyweight championship twice. It was me in Afghanistan telling Doe to bow out. It was me for weeks.
I know it was you telling me to fire Shirley Doe. It was me emailing me from Afghanistan.
Wait a second.
It was me that told you you needed to get rid of SJK.
What are we seeing?
I think
And it's going to be you who gives the champ that brand new shiny piece of gold right there in your hands, you piece of crap.
What do we see?
You know, I'm man enough to admit when I make a mistake. I made two 1 month ago. One was firing Sterling James Keenan, and the other was trusting you. And I'm not giving you that belt tonight. You see my eye, Norm? If you want two of them just like this one, you gotta give him that belt right now, or you're gonna go and you're gonna be doing stuff to yourself. You're gonna be patching up your own eyes. You're gonna look in the mirror and you're gonna have blood all over your face, and I'm gonna have it all over my fist, and it's gonna be yours if you don't give him that belt right now.
Unbelievable.
No, completely believable.
Ruckus has been double-crossed by his most loyal and trusted employee.
I can't believe you would ever do this to IWC.
What a manipulator Gregory is. But Reyes is back in. Reyes wants a fight. Ricky Reyes is not done yet. Norm Connors is grudgingly presenting Dennis Gregory with the new IWC title. But unbelievable. Gregory convincing Norm Connors that Sterling James Keenan needs to be fired, only for Gregory to sweep in, steal Sterling's title shot, steal Sterling's what could be his rightful title. Norm Connors on the phone already. What an unbelievable turn of events. Norm talked about loyalty. Gregory, the most loyal employee, is going to stab Norm Connors in the back. Wait a second. Look at there. That's Boland. John Boland, fresh from the stage as a WWE developmental contracted wrestler. Boland is back.
And look at this crowd.
The crowd explodes for Boland.
And all of a sudden, there's someone else involved in the picture.
Gregory pulling the huge swerve. The huge swerve on Norm Connors. Convincing Connors to fire the top contender to the title, only to sweep in and take the championship himself. Gregory has thrown 15 years of loyalty down the drain, and he's won the IWC championship. But there will be hell to pay from those men in the ring and from the front office as a result. Norm Connors realized the mistakes he made. Well, we have two stories that seem to parallel each other. Two men in search of getting that next level, of proving they're more than just glitz and glamour and looks, and that beneath it all, they are two of the top athletes in independent professional wrestling today. Sweet Sour Larry Sweeney defeated Black Machismo J-Rocc. No easy task. Defeated Azrael. No easy task. What does he have left? How far will his body be pushed in order to capture the heavyweight, or rather the Super Indy championship?
I gotta tell you, right now he's looking pretty fresh. He's looking pretty good. Before he even had to ask, I said it. Sweet and sour. Larry Sweeney looking pretty good.
This man defeated Ruckus, defeated Hentai on his road to the finals. The Virgin Slayer, future fashion, comes into this building a different man than he was 2 years ago, and could exit a different class in independent wrestling.
You can view this as the Battle of the Boas, Joe.
But there's so much more beneath that that's truly on the line in this final match.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It is the finals of the Super Indy 6 tournament, and the winner will be the new Super Indy champion. Introducing to you first in the ring to my left, weighs in at 193 pounds, hails from Gargano Beach, California, sweet and sour, Larry Sweeney. His
actually slightly in favor of Shiima Xion, and that slight crowd advantage could prove to be an integral point in this matchup for Shima, Mr. Farnsworth.
You know, clearly Shima is my pick and the odds-on favorite to win this.
Oh, clearly, huh?
But you cannot take away from sweet and sour Larry Sweeney.
Oh, not at all.
Not at all. In fact, I would say he's probably odds-on to take the whole thing.
Oh, it's like the win with you.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Shima and Sweeney, all the talented stars we've seen here tonight, it comes down to these two. And Shima showing off that physique, certainly in the best condition of his life.
Break it down for me, Joe. We're down to 2 guys. Who are you laying money on? I've made my pick relatively clear.
You have not made anything clear at all. I think my money is on Shiima Xion. I've watched Shiima Xion grow as a human being and as an athlete since his very first match in professional wrestling. He's got the momentum like never before. He's got the skills like never before. And I think this is Shima's time. It'd be symbolic in a way, based on what this building means to him personally and what this tournament means to him personally. Shima just has that right frame of mind right now to come out on top as champion. And as great as Sweeney is, even if he does not come out on top, I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of. I think he's proven to everybody here that he can be taken very seriously as a very capable athlete.
As he should.
But right now we're looking beneath the flashy garb and attire, looking beneath the charisma and the showmanship. And
we're going behind the boa, Joe.
We are going behind the boa to the men that exist underneath those personas, and we're seeing what they really have left in them. Knuckle lock, centering, tested strength. We mentioned Sweeney has undergone strength training in recent weeks. But even still, Shima very well put together. Sweeney pushes him down, but Shima, right leg and neck strength, able to pop right back up, and now Sweeney is the one. With a lack of momentum, he goes all the way down. Shima for a quick pin. Not going to get him there, but a major psych-out tactic early on in this match.
And Shima, I'm impressed, trying to power around Larry Sweeney. Larry Sweeney tried to get it going a little quick, and Shima said no, held on to the headlock, kept grinding him down.
Collar and elbow again, top wrist lock by Larry Sweeney. And another thing we've noticed as these rounds progress, the tempo gets slower. The pace continues to diminish as both these men, A, just try to keep as much energy preserved as they can, and B, try at any cost to avoid making a serious mistake, because here it's one and done.
Just because you're a 60-minute man doesn't mean you're the same man at the 50-minute mark as you are at the 5. You're not going to have the energy. You're not going to have as good of a conditioning as you are. You go through as many matches as they have with as much aggression, as much beatings as they've taken. And you're not going to come out with that last match at 100%, no matter how good you are.
Hard knee lift by Larry Sweeney. Double arm. Overhead suplex. Nicely executed into the cover, and another escape by Shiima Xion, and Sweeney right back to the chin lock, able to wear down his opponent while continuing to recoup himself. Wow, so split in this match. Sweeney can't keep Shima down for long, however. Elbows his way out. Now to the point of the elbow. Driven right to the top of the head, and a second time to the side of the body. Not a pinfall attempt, though. Sweeney bended sweet and sour with the choke.
And a smart move.
Well, Sweeney may want to prove one thing, but certainly is not past dipping into his tricks as this match progresses.
And really, why should he go past this? Those tricks are what got him to the dance. Dance with who brought you, you know? This is for a title. This is for a huge title. Not as big as the Texarkana TV Championship, but still.
Well, that's exactly what Sweeney's doing. We saw a different
5 minutes gone by, 20 minutes remaining.
A different Larry Sweeney in the quarterfinals and semifinals. But right now we're seeing the Larry Sweeney we know all too well in this matchup, I would surmise. And Sweeney catches Shima midair. This crowd still very split. Time for the Sweeney stomp, Farnsworth.
One more time. All those major pressure points.
Right you are, and ending with a shot right to the temple. Right into the facial area.
Not already. The straps are coming down. That does not bode well for the young Shiima Xion.
Goes for the cover, 2 and no. And Larry Sweeney, a little taken aback by that.
And you know, I'd be shocked too. If I were sweet and sour Larry Sweeney, being the odds-on favorite to this, I figured I would have won it by now. Were I Larry Sweeney.
I'm not considering Larry Sweeney the odds-on favorite necessarily.
Clearly he is.
Both men have the same thing to prove here. Both men are in the same boat. Both men have a message to send, a point to prove, and critics to detract. Shima is getting progressively weaker, but will the arm drop for 3 times? Highly unlikely. Xion's body starts to adjust to the lack of the blood flow to the brain, comes to the vertical base, and elbows his way free.
It looked like he had gotten his head around to try and get a little bit of pressure off that jugular.
Shima sends Sweeney for the rod. It connects.
Solid.
Clothesline follow through. And Shiima Xion hammers away Sweeney. Sends the buckle. Shima tries to build the momentum, but Sweeney elevates him. Shima put on the brakes on the apron, springs in with the crystal pistol. Not tripping out all of it, but the drop kick makes up for it.
You figured that shoulder block to the gut coming through the ropes. That's a sweet and sour style move. You figured he might have had that scouted. But, it's late in the game. He's probably tired.
I gotta wonder how clearly these men are even thinking right now. Exhaustion does a lot of things to the human body. I'd say both these men have been competing all total tonight for probably at least 30 minutes each.
Yep.
Gourbuster takes him down. 2 and no, and certainly neither of these men are used to competing in marathon-type matches. And Shima, you can see them trying to get the adrenaline flowing in his body, but Sweeney continues to press the advantage.
Well, I would have to give the conditioning to Sweeney on this one. I would say he's probably a little better conditioned to go the long haul than Shima. But at the same time, Shima's carrying less weight, which makes it a lot easier to stay fresh or longer.
Sweeney sidesteps the Virgin Slayer, takes him to the outside. What is Sweeney going to do here? Down here, Larry Sweeney with a tope. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I don't think I have either.
Larry Sweeney is old school. Sweeney does not do that type of offense on an everyday basis unless he feels he has to or unless he has a point to prove. I think Sweeney's proven it.
I'm pretty sure that would be a disqualification with the Texarkana TV title board committee.
Get out of here with the damn Texarkana title.
I'm not sure of the rules, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Title belongs in Rio de Janeiro. Sends it for the ride. Shima reverses, and Sweeney shoulder first into the post.
Rio is not part of the Texarkana area. You really need some geography lessons.
Oh, no. 2 years ago, Shiima Xion almost ended his career in this way. 2 years later, crossbody. Xion connects. The coming of age continues. Shima's high risk pays off this year.
Did you see the height on that? He was up into the fans. The ceiling fans, not the fine fans here.
And Shima plays a little game of can you top this with Sweeney. Meets him high risk for high risk.
10 minutes gone by, 10 minutes.
Shima. Up top, look out. Great form on the drop kick, but does not have enough to attempt to cover right away.
They're at 10 minutes. What happens if there is a time on the draw?
2 and a kick out. That's a very good question.
You mean I've stumped Joe? I have stumped Funky Joe E.D.?
Don't say that. It's unprecedented. I will say that. One would think perhaps there would be a rubber match to be held down the line. One would think perhaps Jason Gorey would retain the championship. Inside cradle, Sweeney had him trapped tight but couldn't get 3.
Well, you would have to retain it for the time being. I mean, if there was no clear winner.
Hip lock. Sweeney floats in behind, backslide to another near fall. As both these men are running out of gas. It's been a long, long night for all these competitors. And Shima caught Sweeney in the face on a pile driver attempt. But Sweeney hangs on. Shima rolls through. Shima on top 2-0.
I thought that could have been it. Not enough gas in the tank to get out of Dodge, but somewhere, I guess, Larry Sweeney went to the center tank.
Sweeney tries to grab a side headlock. That doesn't last long. His quick as again, and both men are out of it mid-ring collision. They are sucking wind at this point, but this is what separates a champion from the 7 other contenders. To dig down deep, like we said so much last year, to push your body beyond its normal limits if you want to become the Super Indy champion. Troy Lords tried it last year, and he passed out. Who will survive this war of attrition this year, the finals of Super Indy 6? There's a slugfest in the center of the ring.
I don't think either man here wants to win through attrition. I think they want to win by cleanly beating the man. But now they will easily take a win through attrition.
Shima accidentally connects with the referee from lust till dust.
It's over.
A straight leg hit referee CJ Sensation. This matchup should be over. That momentary second may have cost him, and it may have. CJ Sensation got 2 3/4. Those extra few seconds may have been what Sweeney needed to escape. Lust to dust again here, no. Sweeney hangs on, O'Connor roll. He's got the cover. He's got no.
He should have gone for the tights on that one.
How many near falls have we seen? Pile driver. A move that has been banned in 90% or more of professional wrestling in this country.
But not here in IWC.
But there's a reason for it. A very dangerous move.
Very true. That may end up costing him that Texarkana title if the committee hears about it. However, it may take him to new gold if he goes for the pin.
And listen to this crowd come alive for Sweet and Sour Larry Sweeney. But there are fans of Shiima Xion as well. Shima up top, second turnbuckle. Sweeney's on top. Superplex, huge impact. Shima
float over
into the cover. He's got no. Another near fall. How many have we seen?
And Shima is looking to prove himself. He keeps digging deeper and deeper to show this. I am not the Shima that started here. I'm the Shima that's here right now.
Sunset flip. Sweeney puts the brakes on. Cover. Title. Sweeney won it.
And just like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of Super Indy 6 and the new IWC Super Indy champion, Sweet and Sour,
Larry Sweeney has arrived as one of the IWC Elite. capturing the Super Indy Championship.
And just like I predicted, sweet and sour went through everyone else.
And who's going to have to make that belt presentation but Sweeney's greatest rival, the man whose neck Sweeney attempted to break in half a year ago, Jason Gory, the new champion. And this is a stare down I never thought I would see under these circumstances. Gory gives his condolences to his tag team partner, Shiima Xion. It's time for the traditional...
Ladies and gentlemen, as tradition, the final Super Indy champion of record, Jason Gory, will present the title bout to the new IWC Super Indy champion, Sweeney.
You can see the emotion on Sweeney's face, the relief, the excitement. Gory's probably not pleased about it, but wait, whoa, we have more company. John McChesney has made his way out here. He was so close to winning that title earlier tonight, but it slipped through his fingers once again. Sweeney's saying this is my moment, this is my title. But McChesney still has his eyes set on. Wow, Sweeney tells McChesney stop living in the past.
Like a washed up bum.
Well, I certainly wouldn't call John McChesney washed up or bum. McChesney just so enraged that no matter what he does, he cannot recapture that championship. A championship that, let's face it, made his career and propelled him to the heights he was able to reach.
Well, maybe it's time to start looking at a new goal. Maybe it's time to start looking at Dennis Gregory's IWC heavyweight title. Maybe it's time to start looking tag title.
McChesney slowly backs away from the ring area, as this night, believe it or not, is all about sweet and sour Larry Sweeney. DeeeeLicious
I've
Super.
waited a long time to say this, so I just want to say to your brothers, fans, the new IWC Super Indy champion, sweet and sour Larry Sweeney.
A night no one here will ever forget for some good reasons and some not so great reasons. As this locker room will never forget Super Indy 6 and Larry Sweeney's win. Garthworth, final words.
Congratulations, sweet and sour. I had you pegged for it all the way. Shima, an amazing match. John McChesney, I understand why you're upset. I'm sure there'll be another opportunity. Dennis Gregory, rotten hell.
Wow, well, for J-Rocc, it's Joe DeMarco. We'll see you next time. So long from the biggest event of the year, Super Indy 6.
None more super, none more Indy.